the best way to hang up on someone is you put your phone on flight mode.
Why?
You know how you're in the middle of a conversation and then like you just feel like, Akisi, you stop. I need to do something, man. Like, guy,
They're not getting the point.
why did I even call you? Or why did I even answer the phone call? So now when you hang up, it's usually like on the other side, if you hang up on me, I'll check my phone.
Yeah.
If it says call ended, I know I'll be like, wow, Yani, my conversation is boring like this. Kumbe, the best way to do it is when you put it on flight mode. It either gives out that beep, the 3 beep sound, like as if there's a problem with the network, or it says call failed. So you'd actually think, I'll start blaming Safaricom. I'll be like, I think huku kwetu hakukuwa na network. But in fact, imagine I have to go, I can't talk to you again.
That's just, wow.
Ama, you put it on flight mode and you leave it there for a while. So you call me back, it says the mobile subscriber cannot be reached.
Safaricom, actually, man. You know how I'm going to use that. Actually,
up until it's over. Idea. Have you ever been in a conversation with somebody and you leave your phone? You go and do things and they continue talking and they don't stop.
This is why I don't like phone calls, honestly.
Clearly. Flight mode.
It clearly didn't work. You should have left it on flight mode a bit longer. What the hell? This is why I don't like phone calls. That if it has to be like life or death. Like for us to talk so frequently. Like important messages like, yeah, where are you? Can we do this? But generally, I don't like phone calls unless I'm like really comfortable.
I prefer phone calls to texting.
I don't know.
Like Kabisa, so you get over and done with. Do you know how much you can do like with how far you can go with a conversation if you're on phone other than you're texting? You know, you're texting, you have to wait for this person to reply. And then whatever you had in mind,
yeah, but
you
now
go
I also need
back.
time to like think of like what to say, because like I have like foot in mouth syndrome, and then sometimes I say things and I'm just on the other end of the phone like,
why did I say that?
Yeah, so I need to text because my brain and my mouth, they usually don't coordinate a lot of the time. I'm like, shit.
I think it depends on who the person is.
No, if we're friends, yes, but like general, because when I see a number I don't know calling me, I get so pissed. I'm like, no, who's this?
But you know, now me, I'm in my flirting era. So like, what's better, flirting on text or flirting on phone? I think flirting on phone is on another level. Like, apa hivi.
Okay, Mr. Mistari.
No, sina mistari.
Don't you think that's why texting would be easier, so that you can come up with like lines?
No, texting is lies. Flirting is spot on. I know what you're thinking immediately. You know, I ask you a question. If you start... I just know it.
You're like, you're lying.
Say it.
Yeah.
So it's way better.
So I choose who I'm having the phone call with.
Exactly.
And who I'm having the text with.
And then Kikiumana, flight mode.
Yeah, especially when I have one of those moments later. I swear to God, especially like early stages of like talking to someone, bro, phone calls make me so nervous.
Okay, early stages texting is nice.
Yeah. Early stages.
Texting
I don't want you
safe.
to know. I don't want you to find out how weird I am so quickly.
But they are texting. There's proof. There's evidence. You
but
know,
who
sometimes.
Are you talking to? Unaongelesha nini? Screenshot warriors.
It don't matter, man. Like, me bado naogopa.
I think that's part of the reason why like dating can be hectic when you start thinking about like, oh my God, I have to have conversation with this person. And then, you know, maybe like yesterday you guys had a great conversation. Then today now they're just like, hey, what's up? How you doing? I'm just like, could you stop texting? What the hell is going on here? You know, that time I'm supposed to be meeting this person halfway because we are both trying to get to know each other.
Exactly.
And me in my head, I'm just like, why are you boring? Mono na bo. Like, what is this at high? This G.
And then you know, like they might be ha-haing on text, they send an emoji on text, but uko on the other side, like it's the most serious face. Man, like this, I'm so laughing hard right now. You're so funny. I'm like,
dating, part of the reason why it's just like, you know, like you meet someone cool and you meet interesting people, but then you're just like, can we skip that part? That part where, you know, that one for like, oh my God, look at this cup. It has a handle. No, it's like saying, you know. And another time, all your, like if they send you something, like if they send you like, say, a photo they saw somewhere. You're supposed to respond with lol.
Yeah, lol.
Like if you're not laughing at that shit, or like having and that time you've looked at the thing, you're like, what the
this?
Or have they ever sent you a reel that you've seen before? You know, if it's your friends, you say you've seen it.
Yeah, but now if you're flirting,
hey, you have to react to that.
You're like,
thing.
lol.
Hey, you react to it like it's the first time you've seen it.
So you see now, like you see, like now me, I don't know how to like. I don't know how to pretend. So
me, I'll be like, I've seen it, but still funny.
Me ignore. Like
that sounds like you.
I want you to know, like, I don't want you to be like, because I don't want to Zoesha you send me this kind of stuff. Like, I don't want you to think that this stuff is funny. If it's not, it's not. Work harder. Come on.
No, wow.
Do better. No, because you know, you guys, you lie for short wins, short-term wins.
Yeah. You want long-term.
Think about it like this. Okay, she sends you that meme, right? Which she thinks is funny.
Yeah.
You've laughed at it, right? Do you know now you've opened that door?
Now she thinks she's the funniest person
now
ever.
She'll be sending you this shit. And even when exactly, it's better you just deal with it there. Mwanzo, out of here with this shit. You know?
No, but you know, if you like the person, everything they do is funny.
No, you know, that's such a fallacy. It's not. Like, I can like you, but like, I'm just like, this person is boring. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Like, you got to do better. And like, I can't encourage your boringness.
Like, today I was watching Black Mirror. There's an episode, some dating thingy that decides how long you're going to be with somebody.
Oh, right. Yeah, I've seen that episode.
See, when the episode starts, like, after the second date, this babe is like on a date with a guy, and then the guy sips a drink, and then after sipping the drink, he's like, She found it funny the first time.
Oh, okay.
She found it funny the first time, and then she did it.
Yeah.
So she did it. The guy didn't get the joke. Do you know, after that thing was annoying to her.
It was
like
icky.
Kabisa.
Yeah, it was
up until they broke up because of him sipping all the time. She's like,
honestly, can I right now, I just want you to, wherever you are, just put the remote down for 1 second. If you're holding your phone, just put it down for 1 second. And let's just take a round of applause for people who have made it past 5 months of dating. Honestly. Like, you can imagine how many boring jokes they laughed at, right? No, it's hey. Because you are here because you couldn't persevere past the nonsense to make it into the...
It had nothing to do with the jokes.
Honestly, like...
Joyce, you seem like you laugh at everything.
Mine is conversations.
You
the
laugh to
conversation.
everything.
No, I don't. But it had nothing to do with the jokes. That's not why it didn't last 5 months. There were other issues. The jokes are never the issues.
The conversation is, you know, because like me, I'm like, I hate small talk.
Yeah.
You know, if we're gonna have a conversation,
let's talk about some deep shit.
About some shit, man. Guys, I saw some shit. I don't even know who to have this conversation with. And someone wants to talk to me about it. Yo, is it me? Am I smelling of rain? It's you.
You are the one who's smelling, in fact.
Hiyo ni swali gani unaniuliza? Mimi nakaa meja.
God, yeah, dating is actually
you know,
crazy.
And then someone can be like, you see, and the way I see like dating is like Squid Games.
You did not just equate
think about it like this, right? So you've seen the person. They're like, wow, this person can be a contestant. Okay?
Yeah.
From what you've seen is like, okay,
contestant number 1.
They have the contestant vibes, right?
Yeah.
But you don't know what they're actually capable of. You put them in front of one challenge, you know, you hear, okay, in this challenge, you're going to have to use Luga.
No Luga.
And the person here says, Mina, hakuna fasihi. Hakuna fasihi. Insha. Why? Because you know your Luga is outside.
Yeah, it's outside.
But then can you imagine on text? And guys, I'm not single because I want to.
It's because you have to.
You sit there, as in, you know, when you're like, the person has written, hey, and then you're like, okay, this is now let's say day 3. Day 1. There was day 1, and then maybe day 2, you guys went on a date.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So day 3 was so loud.
Yeah.
You didn't realize just how boring they were?
Yeah.
Because you are just shouting.
There were
and no one is hearing anything.
The waiter was irritating us together.
Do you want to sit here? Do I want to hear?
You know, like, is it me? This waiter is giving us attitude. We're bonding over that. We're like, you know, I hate waiters. There was this one time, and then those toros, right? Now it's day 3.
Yeah.
Neither is there music, neither is there
loudness,
waiter
to talk shit about.
It's just now the 2 of you. The ball is in your court,
Yeah.
serve. The person has said, hey, shit, that was mine.
Yeah.
That was mine.
Cancelled.
Man. Okay, what do I say back? Hey.
Hey to. Oh my God.
That's when radio.
I
You don't know.
actually
You don't know.
hate hi to.
So now you
My
finish to the high
guy.
two. Now you're just like, shit. What is now something
Now?
else I can say? Because remember, at this point, I don't really know you.
Yeah.
Right? Maybe I can tell you look good. Like you're somebody who takes care of yourself. So now I'm supposed to say, oh,
I shower.
what are you wearing? Like, what am I supposed to say? You know, so at this point, like, I know I've made it sound as bland as hell.
Yeah,
right?
but that's how it feels sometimes.
But yeah, 'cause
banter
like-
is
Yeah.
actually
You're sitting
important.
there and you're seeing, okay, so now this is like, what are you wearing now? I've thrown it down, like, what have I said?
Yeah.
Then now you see them typing, ... and then they've stopped.
Yeah.
So, you
Now
know,
you're anxious.
I'm not the only one who's having a tough time.
Yeah, you know they're
Yeah,
thinking
you
as well.
And then I have to skip this. So I say, no, Sheila, don't give up.
You can do it.
You can do it. You've been giving up too early. Keep going. Then you're like, honestly, guys, if this is not mental, it's
Hunger
not-
Games, my guy.
So
Hunger Games.
you've gone. You guys, you've pushed it. You're in week 3. Able clap for me? I'm in 3 weeks deep.
Look at you.
3 weeks.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Still have things to say.
And we still have to talk. Now I'm here. I'm just
As
like,
opposed
shit.
to
I'm
what?
just- Remember, the contestant got in here because they had like something. It looked
It
good.
looked promising.
The vibes was
Yeah,
promising,
yeah.
right? But then now we're here, and I'm just like, the way things are going.
Yeah,
I think you should
it
defer
was
this
not-
unit, bro. I think you should
Just drop it.
Defy it.
Drop.
Defy it.
No, in fact,
You're
drop
going
it.
to fail it.
Try again next semester.
Drop it.
You know what I'm saying?
But
Or
then now
like
you're
never.
sitting there, you're just like, oh my God, shit. Okay, but I've done 3 weeks, man. 3 weeks. I can't let go now.
Yeah.
I'm in too deep, yo.
Just keep going.
I'm hanging on. You know, these are those couples you usually see, like you see out, and they just wamenyamaziana.
Yeah.
And how?
They've said
They're the ones.
everything.
Yeah. Now,
There's nothing
now
more to
they're
say.
just there because have you ever climbed a mountain?
Nah, I didn't finish.
My guy, you are going to post. Like, let me tell you, there's nobody who has not climbed a mountain,
Who
and that
hasn't
shit is
let
not
everybody
on their
know?
social media.
Yeah.
These are things. There's something. Come on.
Everybody gotta know about it.
You
know what I'm
gotta.
saying?
There's some things that
Yeah.
So this is like I've climbed. Like now I've reached Sijui. What is it? Kikopei view. And what is it called? Like, you know, those different places you get in there.
There's some, what they call summits. What are they called?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, the summits.
Kikopei summits.
And you're like,
No,
yay.
Megan,
stop.
I can't get off
Stick
now.
my flag.
Now I'm here.
Now
I need
I've done
everybody
it.
to know how far I have come. Eh?
And I think that's why people say like it's important for you to be friends with somebody before
before dating.
Yeah, before you date them. But now it's hard.
But like now, how do you
like
avoid?
maneuver
How
that.
do you avoid that? Like if they make it because you thought they had potential and then they don't, how do you deal with it without ghosting them? Because I haven't successfully done that in my adult dating life. I'll just like stop talking to
Ghosting
you.
is there. In fact, just today
You
I was
know?
thinking about someone I ghosted. And I felt really bad. Right? This was like 2 years. 2 years ago. I think it was like 2 years ago. And I was honestly the reason I ghosted them was very simple.
What?
I cannot talk about it here on the podcast, right? But like it was such a fickle reason, but a very important reason on
To
my
you,
side.
yeah.
But then I was just like, you know how like I just didn't know what to say after. I've used all end of thinking capacity.
You know what I mean?
I'm at the
Yeah.
end, right? You've not considered me, I've not considered you, but I just feel like tunadu.
Yeah, and especially if it wasn't that deep, is ghosting really that bad?
Wow, it is.
Yeah, it is. It's
Okay,
a
so
rule.
how do I deal with that? Because like you'll meet someone and then the banter is not there.
This is how guys for Gava justify having ghost workers. Guys, but seriously, how is ghosting bad?
No, but I'm asking, help me, okay? I mean, ghosting is bad, you know. We've all been ghosted. It doesn't feel nice. But like,
Who's told you I've been ghosted?
No, it depends.
Don't drop me inside.
It depends you're being ghosted. It depends you're being ghosted at what level. I swear, if you're being ghosted after like a conversation like you just had one time, you know, and it's on phone, and then this person is not howling at you anymore, you just leave, move on,
Oh,
you know,
okay, yeah.
life goes on.
Yeah.
But now if you've been with someone, like you've given up the goodies, and then this person goes on and ghosts you.
No, that's bad, but that's what I'm saying. That's horrible.
That's terrible.
What I'm talking about is like the first few, like let's say the first week or two when you're seeing this is not going anywhere and nothing has happened.
And you're talking every day.
Not even like maybe every day. I could be asking help for a particular situation, but that's neither here or there.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, like, if you're like 2 weeks in and you don't see it going anywhere and nothing has happened, it's just going quiet on this person a bad thing.
Me, I'll catch a feeling if I've told you good morning more than thrice.
Okay, we're not asking you, lover boy. We're asking normal people out there. Is it a bad thing? And also,
what makes you think telling me good morning 3 times? I'm just like, Kwanzaa, go away with your good morning. Part of the irritation. Good morning.
What's
wrong with you?
Niko hapo hivyo good morning beautiful. 3 times in a row.
Me, I just want things to be like, if I'm being honest, like,
and then it just dies out.
Me, I've just and you see, that's
you just let it die.
Do you know how many conversations I'm going to have in this lifetime?
No, you want me to start telling you? I think your conversations are dry, and I met you 2 weeks ago.
How many people am I going to do?
No, for real. No, for real. Would you rather I go about it that way? 2 weeks in, your conversations are dry as hell. Do I just tell you, or do I just keep quiet and
no? It's important to just ghost.
Hey.
Ghosting. I think it's
so ghosting is polite.
It sometimes
if you haven't gone that deep.
If you're not the one who's being ghosted, it's polite.
If you're the one doing the ghosting,
if you're not doing it, it's a polite thing to do.
God damn! I don't want to be sitting here 3 years later wondering.
I wonder why they ghosted me.
Jaunty. As in, between the two of us who looks like they should have ghosted the other.
And then you think of texting, you go and open the thread, you see, hey, by the way, if I send one, it will be triple.
My guy.
So I'll be like, you're
respect
like, you
yourself.
know what?
Just respect yourself.
Misawa, I'll just let it go. Hey.
Anyway, so dating is it's not that fun, but it has its perks. At least you are entertained for at least 2 weeks.
Yeah, be friends first.
No, it's the pits, because you have to calibrate yourself for this person. And let me just tell you something, yeah? Whatever girls tell you, let me tell you, this brain of ours, I don't know if it's the same as yours, right?
It's not. Definitely.
Because if I've seen potential, oh my goodness, my brain has already thought of all the potential that can ever potentially potential.
Oh, it has
It's potence.
Yeah.
Right? So, trust me, I've seen our babies.
Our future house.
Yeah.
Our dog in the yard.
You think I see you and I'm just like, this one just looks like a hit and run. No. I don't see just hit and run. In fact, guys, I just want to put it out there that there's nobody I've ever seen and said, this one is just a hit and run. Surely. Kwani you're a dildo? No. But like, it's those ones for like, you see someone and you're like, you know, oh my God, I wonder. Okay, our kids could be cute.
You have nice hair. I have nice hair.
They'll be tall, you know.
They'll be tall.
I've thought about all those things.
You know what I mean? Yeah. The complexion is going to be
that was last
solid.
week. That was last week.
This week,
2 days.
I don't know who you are.
2 days in, I'm just like, hey, huyu hata watoto wataboeka.
I don't know this man.
No, honestly, like I've met someone and I'm even just like, even our kids would be bored. The kids will ask me, Mommy, why?
But what did you see in him?
No. Thank you. You say no. You say no for me. I say no for us. And the children.
You know, right now there's somebody who's been ghosted. They're like looking at themselves. They'll even go to the mirror, asking themselves, niache kuochi podcast ama kila siku ni emotional damage. Is she talking about me?
No, guys.
You'll never know.
We are the cautionary tale. Learn from us.
Yeah. Don't make the same mistake.
Or just ignore everything and then come and share with us your story.
Yeah, your stories. We're always here for some nice stories.
No, but honestly, like dating is the pits. But anyway, we're not here for dating. Yeah. What are the stories you've seen? What have you seen this week?
So I want you guys to think of have you ever gone for an event or a party or something and gotten some goodies? Like even like I remember I went for
like what's the goodies is in the
no, see those zenye unasema like a care package. Like I've ever gone for a wedding and I left there with something. I'm like I should be the one giving you something.
Yeah.
You know, there are couples who
I've been to hotels na natoka huko na shampoo.
No,
towel is too risky.
I've seen someone talking with net. You know the net. This the net.
Mi
Imagine.
nitatoka huko na
Neti ya-
vanity kit and whatnot. Like, under my sink
not
you
talking
open,
about-
niko na
I'm
two box
talking-
mingi sana.
Is that what she's talking about?
Yeah,
I'm
okay.
talking about things that have been put together, particularly for the guests of the whatever occasion it is, be it a wedding. We do a lot of campaigns as influencers. We always live with some goodie bags, right?
Yeah.
So now
I've actually
imagine
gone for someone's birthday. I remember the first time I
Yeah.
experienced that. And then when we're leaving, so you know how like there's for this one's for Kenyan parties.
Yeah.
Of course, guys show up in Konomtu.
yeah, of course.
Like,
Yeah,
They're just
because
like nimeleta ya macho.
yeah.
Haunioni?
I am
Niko hapa.
the gift.
Ya macho.
I am the gift.
My present.
yeah, is
Right?
the present.
Can you imagine? But then I went to this party and we left, and she had organized like this. Well, I think there
A
was
cute little
also
goodie bag.
partners
Yeah,
that
yeah,
were
yeah.
involved, And it was like, I think that's the best care package I've ever gotten,
wow.
compared even to like brands.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've left with a piece of like cake and stuff, nini after going for a wedding.
You should keep quiet when the
That's
grown-ups are
not
talking.
again. You are just you know
Sinio.
what?
No, na si ile ati nilisema nikatie keki naenda. No. For real.
Yes, you nikatie
No,
unieke.
it was an
was
actual
already
miniature.
packaged.
It was a miniature version. No, it was a miniature version of the actual
cake.
cake.
Okay, that's cute.
Yeah,
That's
like
cute.
for real.
That is
In
not
a
what we're talking about.
Yeah. So
Bado
now-
ni kitu.
whatever. So now imagine.
At least sikuiba shampoo kwa sink.
So now imagine you have you go out to the club because we're talking about dating. You meet someone, you go home with them, and then
Which
in
you
the
shouldn't.
morning, which you shouldn't. It's called a one night stand. Here they are popular.
Wow.
Because I don't understand them.
Guys, just wheel it back to like
don't
episode 20. There.
understand it. I actually do not understand one night stands. But yeah, so you go with this guy and then see kawaida thing in the morning. If he's a nice guy, he'll call you an Uber, probably pay for it or something, right? So there's this guy who is sending his one night stands home with a goodie bag. And in the goodie bag, he has put cash. I think this bread. There's Doritos. There's a drink. I can't make this shit up. He sends.
Ebu run the pic. Look at
just
it.
look at the picture, guys. I'm not making it up. Yeah.
Round the table.
So you've gone, run the tape, guys. So you've gone out. You've had a nice time with this guy, and you're expecting most he'll do probably call you an Uber. He gives you a goodie bag.
I don't know how I feel about that.
I don't think it's at least there's money in it. He's thought about your Uber home.
No.
No, but now okay, here's the thing, if you're given that, do you feel like you slept with him for that?
No, you didn't know it was you were going to be given.
Oh, okay.
I don't
Imekuja tu.
I don't think. I think
No,
it's
for
very
it. No,
amusing.
as in
I just want to know where he got the idea from. He was like, is it that he bebas that many chicks out of the club? And he was like, let me just,
already.
let me just play my part as a gentleman. Did he think he was being a gentleman? Did he think he was being funny? I would like to have like the actual conversation with the guy because it's the babe who received it who was like, I couldn't even wait to get home. I'm taking this picture in the Uber so I can share with you guys.
This is okay. I like the thoughtfulness.
Right?
Right? I do like the thoughtfulness. The fact that he's like, you need some energy,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
I took all the energy.
I tore that shit up.
And they say, when someone comes up to you with that line for like, let me make you breakfast tomorrow.
Kumbe
There's
it's a
an
goodie bag.
actual breakfast,
Take away.
right?
Ni take away.
And also that he's removed that awkward conversation of, would you call me a cab?
Yeah.
Where guys now start acting like they're reaching for the check.
Yeah.
They're like, do you have? You don't have the app. My phone has
no.
died.
Oh no!
What?
So they get out of my house. Anyway, so he's cut all that out. But then at the same time, I can't help but think that I want to just ask, can I sign the register?
And give a review, a guest
This
review.
doesn't
You know what I
seem
mean?
like I'm the first person.
Yeah, for real.
Neither am I the top 10.
Yeah. You
Or
should have
top
a guest
20. I feel like I've PTN through a bed and breakfast, basically.
You should have a guest book. You
You know what I'm saying?
Leave your
Like,
remarks here.
Even KQ doesn't give us snacks.
You know what I mean?
to live with.
You know?
To eat in that game. Able go to post.
No jumbo jet.
Then you turn to them. You're like, hey, what's up? How you doing? Can I have what?
We are landing.
What have you paid for?
Close your table.
What? What I'm saying?
Yeah, so I mean,
This guy has done a lot.
Me, I thought it was kind of funny, but like thoughtful at the same time. I just want to know what his thought process was behind it. That's the only thing I'm curious about.
Unless it's things that she liked when she was there. She was like, oh, I really like this. I really like this. Lakini one night stand unatoka hapo na doggy bag.
Lakini at least amefikiria.
Ama ni doggy bag ya zile vitu ulibakisha.
At least amelipia Uber. That's the most important thing.
Let's go around the table and I'll have that what you've just said as the first thing in the bag, right? So if we're to make a doggy bag, right? Because that's what it is for a sleepover, right? What is the correct thing to throw inside this doggy bag? Okay. Wait, chill fast. We start with the Uber cash, right? We gotta cap it at some point.
Yeah, because I just looked at it. It's $40.
What's the average amount? Kwani she's going to Nilimuru?
Miss Jui, I'm seeing two $20 bills. So I'm assuming it's $40.
That's what happens.
Is that one $20 bill? No, it's true.
It's
true. That's a lot.
Diaspora. Anasafiri. No, but this is the States, guy. That this could be like one Uber trip in the States, depending on the state you're in.
So Uber cash to how much?
Very important.
Kerry?
Aji is more than enough.
Way
more than enough.
Keep quiet.
You even tip the driver.
I live in Rongai, so unalipia tu trip nusu.
No, you're unajijazia. Mbona unakaa Rongai?
So you're going to punish me for being a long distance?
How are you going to get home?
Yeah, even yourself, right? How did you get your ass to Westlands?
Guys, you see now.
For you to be a one night stand, you have to get yourself to the club, right?
You see why this guy is a winner? You see the kind of argument you have. Where you even getting the energy to have this argument?
Where would you put? How much would you put?
Where is he getting the energy to argue with me? I thought you did it all night long.
How much money would you put?
Apana.
Answer the question.
Our babes, Stacey atoke hapo
na at least. How much money would you put for?
For what?
Listen, guys, think this.
If it's more than a G, you've been paid for. You've been paid for that one night stand.
I swear. Lazima
ikuani nikaini fair ya Uber.
Watch need explain. I could start the journey, then I have this Uber guy, then he starts asking me, "Hapo imekwambia ngapi?"
It's on the app, my guy.
Exactly.
So like not
yes, I'm too tired. Remember? You wore me out. Okay? So I'm going to call another cab, right? In the event. So this one is taxi money plus in the event. Like I could pita somewhere and I see like coconuts being sold. And I want
my nuts.
That's on you.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not gonna cost
but I'm still on your journey.
No, either way, you are supposed to go back home from the club.
Okay, fine. 3K mwisho. 3K mwisho.
Hey, even that's a lot.
Mungai, how much should the baby given? How much should they? But then this cap bag could be. You could have come to my sleep in my house. I could have decided, John Tay, what's good? I give you the bag. So, how much should be for the taxi money?
The taxi driver.
No,
the cash in the goodie bag.
In the goodie bag.
I'm not carrying that one.
Aji, yes. Aji is enough.
Aji.
Sisters.
Aji anaweza kufikisha sio kimao.
Actually, what I'm paying for.
Taxi gani hiyo unapanda? Aji.
Yeah, Aji anaweza kufikisha sio kimao.
Hey, you guys. Okay. What else are we throwing?
The most I feel I'd be responsible for is the trip from the club to my place. Because either way, you took yourself to the club. If you hadn't met me, ungenda homaje.
Exactly.
So giving you 3Gs as in
that's crazy.
I'd feel like I'm paying you for the time. I'd be like, hey, baby girl, thank you for the good time.
Asante.
Hey, chukua hiyo sasa utanunua nyama ukifika
nyumbani. If I'm hungry, if I need some. Anyway, moving on. What else are we throwing in that bag?
I think the snacks were good ideas. Some crisps.
What snacks?
See, urban bites.
Thank you. Ukiweka hapo sijui tropical heat, the heat is over. That's where
what if she doesn't like that?
That's what I'm saying. Her problem. And that's why I was talking about this guy's doggy bag. And I think he is quite thoughtful.
Yeah.
He's thought of things like Doritos, which are super popular.
Exactly.
People love it.
Everyone likes them. You put juice.
Energy drink.
There's a sandwich in here, guys. This guy is very thoughtful.
Yeah, so we're building our doggy bag. What are we putting in there? You said
energy drink because you've been up all night.
Urban Bites. Remember, he has to put only one particular.
The Urban Bites.
Guys, and he put a handwritten note. Thank you for your time. Send off.
Chief, focus.
Okay.
We're building our
goodie bag.
You said crackles.
Yes.
Yeah. So wewe inakaa utalala tu peke yako.
Hapana. Why
I think
urban
everybody knows
everyone
it's
likes
urban
urban
bites.
bites.
Yeah.
No, everyone likes crackles.
Mungai, urban bites or crackles? Okay.
He said tropical
focus on the
heat.
sound. Focus on the sound.
Oh, if you're feeling generous, some Pringles. You know what I mean? Pringles are
You know what I'm
nice. I
saying?
would put some
Yeah.
Pringles in
The
there.
small nini that looks like this
the
cup.
Caribbean juice thingy, the small one,
But I
not
have
the
a
big
feeling.
one.
I have a
Yes, your
feeling.
energy drink, yeah,
Yeah.
like a Lucozade or
Yeah,
Ribena.
I have a feeling.
Yeah, because you've been up all
If this
night.
bag has already been
Yeah.
if this bag has already been packaged,
Yeah.
depending on where, because like guys have a classification of babes.
Yeah.
Depending on where you've been classified.
Oh, kuna mwenye atapata urban bites.
Kuna mmoja ataletewa
Kuna mtu
urban
atapa
bites
Tropical.
na Ribena. Na kuna mwingine ataletewa ile
Pringles.
inaitwaje nini ile juice ya kuweka maji?
Kwencha.
Kwencha.
Ataletewa kwenja na tropical heat
Shika.
Yeah.
na KDF.
Not even tropical heat. It's like crisps at traffic. No one's at that.
Zenye hazina level.
But then imagine I'd rather eat those ones for traffic than tropical heat.
For real, why?
for
What do you have
real.
against tropical heat?
I don't want to chew crisps like I'm chewing sugar cane.
You know,
What's happening here?
as in one thing
I
I
just want it
noticed.
to melt in my mouth.
Unajua hizo za traffic zinakuanga kwa karatasi ya DVD. Like when's the last time you saw a DVD? It's because
Oh my
all the
goodness.
paper is being used in traffic.
That is
like
so
I
true.
absolutely saw
That
one.
is so
I
true.
actually...
Like iko kwa hiyo bag chini
Niliona.
imeandikwa 999 movies in one. It's like they're selling. I'm like, no.
Yeah, so a lot is happening, guys.
Oh, God.
I just feel like that there are a few things. For sure, mine would have mint. I have to hook you up with mint. I hate morning bread.
Yeah.
No, but they're leaving your house.
Yeah, as in, are they going to do boo-boo game on their way out? See, they're going to talk to me.
No, this is when they'll open
This
it
is
if
how
they're in the cab.
This is how I'm going to surprise them. I'll be like, hey. Probably have a toothbrush.
No, try one. Try.
Sorry, my
Yeah,
bad.
it's really
My
nice.
bad. Toothbrush and a small toothpaste in there.
Oh, that's a really
That's thoughtful,
nice
yeah?
idea,
No, they're going home.
Yeah.
Why are you giving me a
Unanukia watu
toothbrush?
kwa nini?
Kwa Uber.
Kwa matatu.
Yeah.
Because
3,000 bob in a mandatu.
yeah. Sina save. Si ama sharp babe.
Watu wa Rongai, they have to think
I'm a
about
sharp
the
babe,
future,
yo.
you know? Yeah,
Pesa naenda
yeah.
kuweka kwa nini fuliza.
Hasrafad.
You know what it is.
Naenda kuweka Hasrafad.
What you talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love it.
Final thing. What are you putting in this, Nini?
Yeah, P2.
Hey.
No,
So
for
now,
Maybe don't have.
I'm a test.
unataka
Usikule,
It depends.
usikule wet fry.
Si ndio hivyo? Kama
Na ni nyama umemit tu leo.
kama ni hivyo, hiyo
Umeenda kwa
test.
mama Gavanga huko hata
Ile
ujanawa.
test ya nini?
so
It's
unasema
called what, a PT
hautatumia
strip.
protection when I stand seriously, Kerry?
I never had a
Seriously.
one night stand, so I don't know.
Okay, yeah. No, but normally people use protection. I don't know. Do you need like a sex education class? Do you remember what a condom is?
Yeah.
Do you remember how to use it?
You guys remember? Me after USAID pulled out of Kenya.
Even you are like pull out
It's like,
game.
what is a condom?
When I was a kid, there used to be this condom wrapper, like the first sex education I ever got. Which one was it? It was
Mbona
Trust.
unaniangalia ni kama mimi najua.
Ule ndo unajua.
Nakaa librarian
Mimi.
wa
Si uko kwa
condoms.
advert.
Yangu
Just
ilikuwa
listen.
abstinence.
Oh yeah! Oh shit! You know I always forget, man. Hebu tufanyie ile nini?
Hiyo katwa.
Bro, that sound still traumatizes me
So
to
inside
date whenever I
the
hear it.
wrapper, they had like instructions on how to do it.
To do what?
Oh, on
How
how
to
to
use-
nini.
how to use a
So there was a
condom.
picture of like a penis.
now go in.
Yeah, no.
No!
No, how to
From the
put it on.
condom.
Oh, to put it on. No, he said how to use.
Yes,
to,
indeed,
how
as you use
Not
it.
to have sex.
They
how
had-
to
no,
do it.
there was like seen step number 1, open the pack, step number 2, put it on, step number 3, like you're in bed.
Step
And
number 4.
It was there ilikuwa ni
Pull out.
ndani. Hakuna step number 4. So
Nalala
umemaliza.
ndani.
So it doesn't take you till paka utoe hii kitu.
No.
No.
You see how this is how people are not able to use this.
That's the sex
Products.
education that
Because you think once you put it on, you can't take it off? Guys,
What
me
I
and by this.
no, what,
Watch
okay,
your jokes.
okay. Since you're the smart one here, all right.
I mean, she's
What
in the
is the
advert.
need? I know.
You know what?
What is
Run
the
the clip.
Yeah. What is the need to teach someone how to put it on? Why is there a need for that?
Because of the act that's going to happen when it's put on. After the act is done, it's
No, it's because
obvious.
you have to pinch the tip. Most people don't know that. Did you know that?
Wait.
Yeah, most people
The
don't know
whole
that.
point of teaching people of how to put it on
Yeah.
is so that you're protected during the act. Do you need to be taught how to remove it? It's obvious. It's like if you open a door to enter, you open to leave. I don't know.
What if I leave it in there? Like, you can keep it.
Wait, what?
You know, guys, I can't believe you can laugh at me. And just the other episode we were talking about, and I told you how there's a guy who was spraying his ass. Nimekuachia.
What?
Why not? That's why.
Can't keep it. What is wrong with you?
That is why. No, so you're saying removing it. I can decide to remove it and leave it in there. You get what I'm saying? So what I'm
Guys.
trying to say is that there are some instructions missing in that.
No.
Kuna mtu aliruka job.
After
Because they're
Vitomia.
supposed to say after the next photo,
No, actually,
should
yes.
just be a
Because
face of
I
a guy,
think-
he's sweating. And then they say, cool down.
Remove. Drink water.
No, for real, like on
Stay
that,
hydrated.
Now that
it's
you're
actually
cool
true. There's
and
people,
cold, now you can.
there's people who dispose it the wrong way. Like
Exactly.
you throw it in the toilet. You're
You
not
see what
supposed to
I'm
do that.
saying? Exactly.
You know?
That's
Exactly.
different than telling her to keep it staying there. What do you mean?
I only read the 1, 2, 3, 4. Hii kitu sidhani kaa nafaa kukaa nayo. Wewe kaa nayo. Nimekuachia. Leave it in there.
My guy.
Yes.
No, me, I
All
don't
I'm
know.
telling
I don't
you
know
is-
these guys.
I don't think it's
Like any
Yeah.
people who survived the 90s, man, like that was something.
only.
Yeah.
Only.
Crap.
Because that's when people like used to you reuse up until you're told, no, it's not for reusing.
People used to reuse.
And wash it.
Yeah. I've had stories of sijui somewhere in Shags, like, you know, like they go on
Wait!
and wash-
Onyango!
and-
Ile mpira yangu uliweka wapi?
yeah.
Unaitumia?
They wash and use it again.
We rudisha mpira yangu kama iko safi kabisa.
Osha vizuri hiyo kitu
My
uniletee.
guy. But you know, speaking of, do you know the stuff that
Just throw up on it.
was household items that have now been banned? Right? They used to be household items, and now they are like completely banned. Let me
like-
just
Okay.
take a walk back memory lane,
Okay.
right? All right. So let's start with number 3, which I think was the one of the most hectic. Actually, I have 4, but like I'll tell you. The number 3, asbestos.
What's that?
Asbestos used to be like a thing that you'd find in the house. You know, like the way it's just a thing.
What thing? What
have
did it
it
look
out.
like?
Yeah.
It had asbestos-ish looks.
Yeah,
What the hell
There's
is
also
it?
another
It's that
one.
it was for insulation. It was for insulation to keep the house warm and stuff. So that stuff was so like asbestos can kill you, right?
What?
But it used to be used to insulate homes. So just imagine how many people inhaled asbestos and
That
died,
time in the
right?
90s.
Let me give you another. Mercury thermometers,
Yeah.
Oh, those
right?
are bad?
You know that mercury can kill you, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Even just like if it gets on your
Facts.
finger like this,
Facts,
right?
yeah.
So these things used to be like popular in houses. People used to have their mercury
Wait, if
thermometers.
mercury gets on your finger,
You die. Nigga.
I've had mercury here like this and I've played with it.
So you're just
you're counting
delayed
your days.
death. You sure?
You don't have to like be, you know, there's this story of allegedly Matiba was sijui ati injected with mercury and whatnot, like being
Oh, so
I
tortured.
mean, you
Allegedly.
definitely should not be injected with
I
mercury.
think
You
it was-
definitely
Sure.
should not be having mercury on your hand.
Really, even touching it.
Yes.
Is it the ones
I've
that they used to
played
put
with it
under
as a
our
kid,
nini?
I
Were those
swear.
mercury thermometers?
You know that silverish thing that was
yeah.
inside?
Yeah.
That silverish thing is the mercury.
Because I was so fascinated by it. It's not like water. Your hand doesn't get wet.
Yeah.
or
Well,
anything.
as
You
the
don't
guy
feel
Googles
it,
for
like
us to find out if mercury is legal for, I mean, it's okay to touch. Yeah, so mercury thermometers, they used to be, but now they're not there.
Oh, damn.
Another one, which I think till just maybe 10 years ago, and I'm sure there are still homes that have it, lead paint.
What do you mean lead paint?
Yeah. So, nowadays paint doesn't have lead.
Yeah.
Yeah,
right?
it's like the water-based ones. Was it
Just
which
all
ones?
paint used to have lead in it.
Yeah, I
right?
didn't know that.
Bro, unasema nini? Fuel used to have lead.
So tulikuwa tuna inhale
Yeah.
tu
Unajua kwa
nini?
nini unasema
it's called
unleaded?
Unleaded. Yeah.
No.
Yes, now
But
you
guys, we inhaled that shit, especially as kids.
That's why I'm telling you.
When the house was under construction. That's why we're not okay in the head.
You are not even ready for the one which I know we all used.
Yeah.
And we need to just start getting ready to sue this company.
What?
Right? So of course number 2 I've told you is unleaded
Lead,
paint.
yeah.
Lead paint,
Yeah.
right? Which I still think some people have it in their homes. So you can walk into a building, you don't know this paint was leaded.
Guy.
But it used to have such a pungent
Strong smell, yeah.
Remember paint used to be like when
Me,
someone
it even
paints the
used
house,
to
nobody
give
could
me a
do.
headache. Yeah.
But nowadays someone can paint the house when you're
Yeah,
there.
no, kwa sawa.
Yeah. Anyway, number 1, there's a lawsuit that's currently ongoing where there are people who are suing Johnson and Johnson. Did you ever use baby powder?
Everyone
Yeah.
used baby powder. What do you mean? What's
Everywhere.
wrong with baby powder?
What is
every
wrong with
90s
baby
baby, Kwanza, if you are like a chubby baby, you had those like
Heat
if your neck
rash,
if
nini,
your
nini.
neck was like was a nice
Flares.
like this.
Uh-huh.
In the middle there's like
Like
that there's that baby powder
Hey.
that they
Yeah.
muagad for you, yani,
Yeah.
and then it's dried up and then you sweat.
Yeah.
You have to wipe it out and then put in more.
Yeah.
Changing diapers
Makes you
and putting
smell
it.
nice.
Yeah, it smell like
What's
a baby.
wrong with baby
Actually, it was that
powder?
baby. The baby powder
baby
smell,
smell, yeah.
Was the baby smell?
was the baby smell.
Thank you very much for that point. The baby powder smell was the baby smell. It wasn't the baby. The baby smelled like vomit.
And poop.
It smelled like vomit and mucus and
Yeah.
poop. Right? But baby powder is what makes them smell. That smell comes
Yeah.
from Johnson and Johnson.
What is wrong
Anyway,
with it?
so it turns out that there's something in there that's giving people cancer. That talcum powder. And,
Oh my God.
Yes, it's a real thing.
The way your powder ilikuwa yani unachangiwa diaper inaekwa everywhere.
Una-
Maze,
Unasema
twa,
nini?
inamwagwa yote.
Wengine hata
Haupumui.
kumeweka mingi.
Eh.
Inatoa powder kwa mdomo. Yep, because they were putting too much powder on you, right? So yeah, so it turns out there's a whole lawsuit going on.
No, apparently now even synthetic hair, everything is trying to kill us, man. Then
Bro.
I like braiding my hair. Now I'm going to have to stop braiding.
There's another,
Yeah.
another thing that has been banned right now. Used to be there, Kitambo. You remember when COVID hit, and then there were people who were saying, "Oh, take this malaria drug, the one that is not in the pharmacies anymore. It will help
Malaria
you."
Queen.
Yeah,
Malaria Queen.
Was it malaria queen or chloroquine? Something.
He's a
that
queen.
queen.
He's a queen.
Yeah, apparently, like that drug was not in the shelves because it had been banned because it wasn't good for the heart. But now people are saying, but if you have COVID, you take it, you pona. And then
Just, yeah.
for some reason, it just came back. Like it was there. You could go on and find it. So you either risk die of COVID or risk damaging your heart by taking this malaria drug that has been banned.
Yeah, man,
People
Nairobi,
are buying it.
Oh
and taking
heart
it.
is
my
used to damage.
goodness. Yeah, so apparently everything is trying to kill us. Me kwanza this Toro for hair, I saw it the other day. They tested like 10 different braiding hair, and I think only 2 of them met the regulations of stuff that's not supposed to be consumed by humans, basically. So everything is trying to kill us. If it's not hair, it's beauty products. If it's not beauty products, it's baby powder. Everything is trying to kill us, guys.
But like,
and
see, that one is only for babes who are trying to eat the braids.
no, it's not supposed to be all you eat. Guys, help me here, please. Help me.
No, it's
Help me. And there's this whole okay, it's not a conspiracy theorist, but there's someone who was explaining how these very big companies, like let's say I think there was one that was a pesticide company. Now their whatever was found in their pesticides is known to cause cancer. Now big companies like those ones are now buying shares or merging with companies like big pharma companies. So the cause and the cure are now becoming one company. How dark is that?
yeah.
How dark is that? They're like, yeah, we're causing cancer, but if we become one company and we have any claims, see, you'll just do the payout and make sure everything is okay. So they'll cause the problem and then partner with the people who'll sell you the cure, not give you, sell you.
That's very smart of them. Yeah,
that's dark, man.
And they'll be able to make money out of everybody.
Like I watched,
That's
bring
dark
the disease
as
and we
hell,
have the
my
cure.
guy.
I watched.
You know for a fact.
There was a
that's
conference
crazy.
happening, and one of these big pharma guys posed the question of, does curing a disease is curing a disease good business? This is a conference, right? So he's not asking a question. It's a thesis that he's presenting to be like, as we're making this, like for example, today someone says, "Hey, I've got the cure for malaria." Like, excuse me, Kiwara. What happens to the rest of the people? All the jobs you have created in the business of malaria,
of making,
right? So when you fix it, it doesn't, so their big pharma is not, these conversations are there to just make you know that when they're there having their meetings in their conferences, which by the way are big money, right? They're not thinking about, hey, how to make a cleaner, greener, healthier humanity. No, they're just like profits for the profits to the profits there. Because there was a time.
So they're technically drug dealers. They just want to keep you hooked, man. Keep buying.
Pretty much.
Yeah, they're drug dealers.
Do you know who are their pedies? Unajua pedi wa drug dealer, drug maker hukwanga nani?
Nani?
So you guys, I told you how last year I almost got killed by a doki here for giving me
it's the doctors.
opioids.
That's true, actually.
Right?
Yeah.
And I find that the craziest part here. So I am just generally a paranoid human. I mean, from the stories I've told you here,
it makes sense. Yeah, it makes
I am
sense.
paranoid, okay? And when I experienced this issue with this doctor and the way he was giving me medicine, but they have a whole cabinet still full of these dawas, right?
Yeah.
And I remember I might not know much about like, medicine because I'm not a doctor. But I know a few things. Like I don't want to start taking opioids.
Yeah,
I know that part. Like
for
I've seen what happened in America. I'm seeing what's happening in other parts of the world. I'm like, you see this stuff. Don't put for me this stuff. Niweke hizo vitu zingine zote lakini usiweke hii opioid. Right? And he said yes. He said I will never give you.
I got you.
Right? And then I come back a month later, or I think it was like three weeks later, and he tells me, no, you can't stop taking that medicine just like this. You have to wean yourself off. I'm like, what?
Why?
And then he goes like, cause it's an opioid.
I felt like my
ears
this
were
the
not
conversation
working.
we had in the beginning of not giving me opioids?
Do you know, as in, honestly, if I had not had a hallucination outside his office with my mom, right? Like 30 minutes before, I would have thought like I'm going crazy.
For real?
I actually, like, mi nilikuwa najua nina cheesy.
Holy
But then you see, these pedies, aka doctors,
and
right?
The
They're pharmaceuticals, guys, because, like when I was a kid, when you used to see like ads or whatever, you're watching something on TV, I used to think, this is America, watatupata aje?
They're here, strong.
They're here.
Okay?
They're doing online conferences with your doctor.
Imagine. Do you make sure you sell
so
them
once
this?
they say, I feel like I'm not feeling well, say,
opioids.
I know this. I know the symptoms. I have experienced them before.
Yeah.
Throw to them opioids. Pew, 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 pew. Right?
Yeah.
Not even give them some for just onjaing, feel it. Because let me tell you guys, I've never experienced anything that takes pain like that.
Yo,
Like
that's
like that. Like that one, like 1 minute you're having, like your arm has been severed, but the next thing you're just like, hey, all this blood.
Wow. Interesting.
Yeah. You have no
blood
arm.
looks like that.
My guy, this dawa is like so crazy. I was just like, excuse me, sir, look, I'm still in kindergarten, right? I can't just be taking medicine. But yeah, so I know that this big pharma,
They're drug dealers, my guy.
even like when we're talking about FGM, not FGM. FGM was that story for the last thing. Shot my knee. Pew. GMOs.
GMOs,
right?
Yeah.
See, it's the same strategy that's being used. All of a sudden, you're hearing people starting to tell you, it's called GMO is bad. It's like, okay, sorry.
My nigga, yes.
And then
Sorry,
you know
sir.
how they start, like you start by being asked just questions like, why is an orange green? Yeah. Why is an orange yellow? And oranges should be orange. And every single picture of an orange or things that you get, you're like, yeah, oranges should be orange. And then you go into a supermarket, the one that you want is that orange, the one that looks like
Iyo GMO.
your GMO,
Ile
your
organic.
orange.
Hautaki go
Ukiangalia hii ya
organic.
green, say, this is a green, it's not an orange.
Mega, I saw that they're even partnering. So let me tell you, first, if you want to know, like not in a bad way, doctors don't come for me until I call for you.
My time is not
I
yet.
think that's where everybody says amen.
Amen. Yeah.
So here I know that we were talking about Ozempic, right? And Kerry was like, yo, a lot of Kenyans are taking Ozempic. I'm
That's
like,
crazy.
that's not possible. Because Ozempic is not really and truly in the market. And number two, it's quite expensive.
So what are they taking?
Some generic version, man.
So generic version of Ozempic is not possible because they haven't given the license for that.
So it's illegal.
What are they taking?
So what are
They're
they
taking diabetes medicine.
It is like that's what Ozempic was to begin with.
Ozempic was that, like that one where you're making diabetes medicine, and then all of a sudden in that process you make something so wonderful, right? Which now stands out as a subcategory on its own.
Yeah.
So in that category there's no what do you call it? Generic. Because they've not yet given the license for that.
Yeah.
That's why it's still quite expensive.
Yeah, me always knew Ozempic was for diabetic people. People just started misusing it.
It is.
Yeah.
In the process, it's the same things that it does, which is like fight fat. I don't want to act like I know the details, but I don't want to use the wrong terminology.
Yeah.
But like it basically fights the fats and all those cholesterol minis.
I know if you take Ozempic, you get full haraka, you don't eat much.
Yeah.
I
And
know
it
somebody
really deals with
who's
especially
like on it, and we were out for lunch, and she took like just 2 bitings, and she's like, I'm full. I'm like,
but is that Ozempic?
No, it's not Ozempic.
It's those diabetes medicine.
It's a diabetes
So
med.
it turns out that this shit is actually not okay, right?
Yeah.
And in Kenya, especially, I saw some report where they were talking about like a lot of doctors are selling this diabetes medicine to people to lose weight.
Guy.
So soon you're going to hear there's going to be a shortage.
Yeah,
I mean, it also happened in the States.
Yeah.
Right? But you see, that's what I talk about, the peddling of the medicine, right? Is a doctor going to tell you, no, it's
not good for you.
The patients are coming to the doctor and saying,
Asking for it.
and this is a way for you to make money.
Yeah.
Are you going
And
to
you
say no?
definitely know they'll come back. If there's complications, they'll still come back.
Yeah, so
It's bad.
Yeah, so when you look at it like that, and then even when you look at how they peddle for us GMOs, all these big pharma, all they care about with GMOs, I was telling you.
Yeah.
So big pharma have realized Ozempic is making people eat less. Sorry, not big pharma, big foods. Fast food chains.
Yeah.
So now they're using the same scientists to figure out how to make food that is Ozempic
Friendly.
fighter. You're making me eat less. How am I going to sell food?
So we have to make you eat.
Are we going to figure out how to beat the symptoms of Ozempic?
Stop it.
You know what I'm thinking,
because
right?
nobody is here on this planet thinking about, oh my God, I gotta make sure Joyce is healthy. No.
They don't care.
They're just like, how do I make Joyce
Money.
buy things?
Yeah.
And that's what's happened.
They put
It's
food
called
that has got
capitalism.
Nini Bangi inside so that you eat and then you want to eat more. You're like,
So,
how comes I'm not getting full
you throw that
munchies?
Ozempic in there.
Iko in a slap.
It's just like,
Just there, cool.
Exactly.
Yo!
Again, still on drugs, yeah. Another one that easily most people go on and get. Kwanzaa, actually, I've just thought of 2. But I'll just focus on antihistamines. Antihistamines are one thing that I think are absolutely bad for people out there, because I've got a personal story of someone really close to someone in my family who started on antihistamines like from the moment they were a toy, and it's all because of allergies. Because my family, like we've got allergies, whether it's dust, fur, nini, anything small, you start sneezing. So now this really close family member of mine, like every single time that gets an allergy, they'd be given antihistamines. An antihistamine for this, you sneezed, take this. Up until she started off when she was taking the ones that are kawaida, like you go and get a cetirizine. Right now she takes a cetirizine, doesn't really work. And then now one thing that you don't realize if you're busy taking antihistamines, like those things are steroids. So they really fuck up your metabolism, they fuck up your heart. So you go on and develop things like high blood pressure when you're in your 20s. Yeah. Weight gain is something else because it's steroids. You even wonder why you're gaining weight and you're eating less. It's because of you're taking the drugs and the antihistamines. Right now, just have a sore throat show up in hospital, the doctor will give you an antihistamine. Me, I never take antihistamines.
Oh my God.
Absolutely. I would go on and try and, just find something else.
Tug it out.
I will sneeze all the goddamn time and blow my nose and I would be all over the place.
I didn't know that.
I'm just like that. Stay away from them. Like they've got too much steroids in them that you'd use one right now, and if you constantly use them, the one that you're using this year will not work next year.
Yeah, your body has already built
you have to
tolerance.
go on and pick a stronger one, one. And you just up your system because you're putting steroids. Please bleep all the F words up.
Yeah, but and I think it's important that you mentioned that because one of the biggest fights I have with people around me is when you go to the hospital, and I mean, of course, you're not going to the hospital because you just say, let me pass by and say hi to the doctor. No, you're passing there because you're feeling some type of way and you want answers.
Yeah.
Right? But we have a strong sense of trust of institutions. Like, for example, if you walk into a law firm and you find a guy there with that wig and this.
That's stupid.
And then you find Mungai is seated there in front of him, you'd be like, please, I want to talk to that lawyer. You wouldn't think Mungai is the lawyer, right? Because of the trust you have in the institution, right? But then when you put these things together, when you go and sit down, okay, I've watched enough true crime to know that I trust no one.
Nobody.
Literally.
Nobody.
I have to have conversations with myself to analyze, like, who has moved up and down the trust scale.
Yeah.
Because, today you could be here in number 10, but tomorrow
it's a different, you're number 1.
Right? It doesn't, So the reason I'm saying this is because you go to the hospital, the doctor tells you, this thing looks familiar. In fact, take this cetosifazine with times 2. Are you allergic to anything?
No.
Okay, here. So you can have this with the... are you feeling like when you do like this, what do you feel?
What do you feel?
In fact, I'm feeling like dizzy.
Yeah.
Okay, now.
In fact, you need something for... Do your eyes like this?
Yeah,
you need hyperzetazine.
Yeah.
And then, they just keep giving you medicine. So when you leave there, right? Remember, you went in there because you're like, I feel some type of way.
It was one thing. Now you've been added for a lot of other things.
And I want somebody to tell me they know what's going on with me and give me a solution. So that's the core thing there, that you go there, you want just the solution. You don't want the person to even describe to you what they think is going on. Because once you sit down with the doctor and you understand, in fact, when you're an adult and you have doctor friends, you're just like, how the are we in this planet?
My guy.
And we haven't annexed 100 people and said, now you are the doctors of earth. You're not even allowed to mingle with humans. You don't want to be messed up in your head, drinking. And then you go, I'm on call. Amefika. How many centimeters? Nako kwa bar. Hey.
They're like the biggest smokers, and I'm like,
you're sitting there, the doctor, you're telling the doctor, I'm feeling. The doctor says, so you don't even ask questions. Like the doctor says, it's okay, maybe even doesn't give you a lot of words, and you just leave there and go and take these chemicals.
Oh, lying.
You go and purchase the chemicals
these guys
yourself,
are like pedis for real.
and you put them inside you. And if I ask you, hey Joyce, what's going on here? I was having some pain, so the doctor put me on medicine. Like, pains for what?
For what? What is the medicine for?
I was just feeling like, my lightning. I'm describing things how my mom describes stuff.
No, for real. Hospitals.
Lightning.
Lightning.
So then you ask, okay, so what did the doctors say about that? They was like, they gave me medicine to treat what?
For the lightning.
The lightning is being treated
with medicine.
The medicine.
Was the lightning.
Okay. So after 3
the lightning,
days, what should you feel? After taking this medicine, what should you feel? What exactly is this medicine dealing
supposed
with?
to do? Yeah. Right? What is it curing?
Vitu za madaktari. Just say, okay, the doctor is not a rocket scientist.
You get me?
You could just say, hey,
ask questions.
I think you've got malaria.
Yeah.
And the reason I think that is we did these samples and we thought this, right? Yeah. So I'm going to give you this medicine.
To deal with this.
After 2 days, right? After 48 hours, you should start to feel like this. If you do not, day 3, make your way back to the hospital. But if symptoms are worse, before the 24 hours, my friend, come back to this hospital because my first guess is not correct. And that's what it is. The doctor is guessing, right? They're just playing guessing game with the information they have. Like, those lips, I've seen them, but they don't have pus, so it can't be lipleulosis.
It's a fact. That's how they I used to criticize like a specific hospital because every time I'd go there, let's say I have a homa, the doctor is like, we're going to do a blood count. Oh, I've got a headache. Oh, we're going to do a blood count. I was like, you just want to take my blood.
You just want to take my blood.
He's a mathematician.
But I was like, later on, after, I think we had this conversation before. That time I was abusing antibiotics, like every single gut type. Me, I'd have a homa, I'd go to a pharmacy.
If he sweats, it's just like, I need an antibiotic.
I'd go and take antibiotics up until I felt sick because...
You are taking too much antibiotics?
No, see, I was taking antibiotics and then I'd take like 3 and then I pona and then I stop. I take like 2, I'd pona and then I stop.
Instead of finishing the...
This one time I got an infection. Like it put me in hospital because
Jesus
like Lord. My whole body was in pain.
Oh my God.
But this hospital, I used to criticize it so much because I was like, these guys, they just, as in the moment, they just know you're going there. Not my damu, they just want money.
Mr. Antibiotics, amefika.
They just want money. Blood count every single goddamn time. But they were actually ruling out a lot of things before they give you the meds. Because me, I'd go there with a cold and then I'd be like, so you just give me antibiotics.
Antibiotics, homa.
They're like, no, we are going to do a blood count. I was like, how long does that take? An hour and a half.
Like, nah.
And then also, the reason why I'm so skeptical, okay, let me not use the word skeptical. I critique doctors so harshly is because doctors don't. So like you're a human. You know your body better than anybody.
Yeah.
Some people know their bodies better than anybody.
Yeah.
Stop. You need to stop. You need to slow down. Right? But anyway, you know your body. It's yours. It's yours.
From Box, please.
Right? Umefika sasa. So,
it took you
you're
a
there,
while.
Maze, you're there, you know your body, nini. The doctor is telling you all sorts of things because he went to us, what Academy of Doctors Association, right? And he's like, no, you're not feeling your headache, it's your stomach, trust me, eat this thing 3 times. Have you ever gone to a doctor and you're telling them what you're feeling? You give them a few symptoms and they start telling you, no.
It's not that.
It's your legs.
Trust me.
Your legs. Your legs are the ones that are aching. Right? So if you go there, for most people, you'd be timid.
Yeah.
You're not going to have an argument with the doctor.
You're going to question the doctor.
You're not going to, right? Unless there's an age where you feel like you question everybody because you have experience. Once you hit retirement age, even if you meet like a pilot and it tells you, madam, you need to sit down, the plane is going down. It's not going down. Ikitu tumezoea. Ikitu inaitwa pointing. It's called pointing the ground. Compassable.
Itarudi tu.
You argue about, but when you walk in there, you're like 30, your doctor is 60. You're going to start having an argument with him at
My guy,
okay, it has been becoming big. He's just going to be like, listen, I've told you it's called jujudontis, right? This is jujudontis. Take this thing 3 times for 1 month, right?
Come back,
and don't ask any questions. If you're losing your eyesight, come back. Right?
Only come back if
you're not going to ask questions. You're going to think he went to school. I've seen his certificates on the wall. I haven't even confirmed them, whether it's the business for politicians. You go with it. And then one day you come to meet somebody and they tell you, okay, this is actually a true story. You know how Kenyans, what's the most treated disease? There was a time it was the most, like everybody alikuwa nayo. Nasi COVID.
Tuberculosis.
Okay, there was a time for TB. Yeah. But that one, I only knew one person who had TB.
Yeah, for me, I've never known anyone who had TB.
This one, everybody.
What does TB even? What are the symptoms of TB?
So.
What's that, homa?
Yeah, it's like just coughing.
And never ending homa?
I think so, yeah.
Most
They have had
treated
TB.
disease.
Yes. Let me get you out of your misery.
Sinihoma.
What?
It was the one for the tummy, H. pylori.
Aha.
Ni kama
Okay.
walikuwa na lorry trucks of this
Oh,
H.
yeah,
pylori.
it's true.
My guys, everybody had
You have a
H.
small
pylori.
problem. H.
I've been
pylori.
You should clear the stomach like this in
H. pylori.
hiyo
Yeah.
matatu. Madam,
H. pylori.
hiyo H. pylori yako imekusumbua leo. Like, how do you know it's H. pylori, bitch?
Why
Unless
why
you
why,
got
why do
ulcers.
you have to use
Madam,
that accent? Why do you have
H.
to?
pylori.
Why do you have to use that accent?
Everybody had H. pylori. Everybody. So me, I've gone. This is now my third time.
Yeah.
Because have you ever treated H. pylori?
No.
You've never been on
Thank
it?
God.
Me, I have.
There's
No.
the
It's
kit.
the one where you're given, like, let's
A
say...
21-day kit.
Yeah, you're given
21 days.
a huge carton of
Guys.
dawa, and each carton you open, there's a box
Yeah.
that has got dawas.
For the day.
So
for the short of the
you,
time.
You take...
Yo.
You,
crazy.
you open the carton, take the box, and then the box has got dawas. So you have to finish box by box
Yeah.
in order. I think inaenda hivi unonadi imechorwa map.
Yeah.
My guy. What?
And you have to finish that dawa.
Meza
Otherwise,
kuanzia hapa till here, like
lorry
this, you
starts
go
again.
this way.
20,
you got the lorry.
21 days.
Yeah.
Yo.
How much
Chomoka
does that
the-
medicine cost?
You chomoka there with a lorry truck full of medicine, maze.
Ndio maana inaitwa H. pylori.
So you finish taking this thing 21 days, you go
Guy.
back for a test, and it's still inside you, right? And the
Guy.
doctor says, let's start round 2.
Another one.
Another one.
Another 21 days.
Anyway, a few months later, you have another pain because H. pylori pain it's crazy. Like it's crazy. You can It's not that something you can be like, my stomach is aching. No, it's those ones for like, guys, stop what you're doing. My stomach is
dying.
aching, right? So then you go to the Hosi. Then this time I'm at the Hosi, and I'm there like I'm dying. I'm just like shit, and I'm going to see a specific guy
Yeah.
because he's so good. Yeah.
Shit.
And then this lady meets me there. She's like, I'm like, Kwani, this doctor today he has how many patients? Then she tells me, Nini H. pylori. Okay, let me just be honest with you, right? You can even come here even 6 times. You'll finish this one and start another. H. pylori doesn't want you to deal with it like that. It needs your nutrition.
Yeah.
So now back to my point, why you shouldn't trust doctors 100%, right? Trust them, but then work with them, with your
Yeah.
health, right? Because doctors don't go to nutrition class. In that whole 65 years of school
Of
there,
medicine,
they're only there
65
for,
years.
they only do nutrition, I think,
One
day.
course, yeah.
And that's it. So you know your body. If you eat trash, even if you take all the medicine in the world,
Even though you take all the
You're
supplements
just
in the
dealing
world,
with the
with the
elastoplast.
wound. True.
it's just going to keep getting worse. And so if the doctor will only treat the problem, the wound,
the
they are
wound,
not,
not
going to
the
treat
actual problem.
and most doctors are okay with just dealing with just the problem
True.
because you as the patient are not going to ask many questions. So if I'm not diligent as a doctor, I'm just going to be like, take these painkillers.
Yeah.
And then, of course, if you take them, you're going to feel better. You start feeling like you're getting better.
Yeah,
and
that's
then
true.
most Kenyans, if you go to the hospital the first time and the doctor gives you something, even if you don't feel better, you're not going to go back.
That's true.
You're just going to be like, you're nganganang with that dawa. This dawa, I've been taking it for 2 years.
Yeah. Like go and see the doctor if
Okay.
it's not working. This one, a guy was explaining in the States, like it's a fireable offense to give your patients like a nutritional hack to their issue rather than giving them medicine. They're like, why are they living here without paying for something? Imagine someone can actually tell you, this nini IBS, irritable bowel syndrome. Just take this, eat like this in the morning. Nini. There's some who even like advise you on like fasting and all of those things so that you can kill certain cells. They're not allowed to give you that advice. They have to give you medicine.
You have to come back for
Yeah,
the
you have to come
drugs.
back. You're like,
Yeah.
why are you letting people live here without
So
paying for something?
understanding that, it's so important for you when you go to the doctor to have a notepad. Kila kitu anaongea unasema, sorry, what?
Come again?
Spell
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Start
Spell
with
that out.
SCIII. See?
Yeah, even Nini, it's an actual business. You'll be asked why are our beds empty. This month our occupancy has been ni kama ni hoteli. Our occupancy has been below 60%.
Yeah.
You didn't. I think there's a time even had an issue where they were recommending C-sections to everyone for no reason.
So you
Yeah.
get admitted.
Yeah,
It's
just so that you
even-
can get admitted. There's a friend of no, a hospital. Sorry. Can we bleep the hospital?
It doesn't matter.
Anyway, she went to a certain hospital and she knew she was good, everything. She had been checked. She was like, come
Are
do
you gonna
labor.
dance?
And then they suggested she does a C-section. She was like, absolutely. And she had already paid a deposit. She was like, absolutely not. Do you know she went to a local clinic and had a natural labor and she had the healthiest recovery ever.
Yeah.
She
went
didn't go
to a
back to the matter to
Yeah.
open and close.
She was like, absolutely not. She went to, like, she paid, I think, 1,500. I'm talking about local clinic. And she did labor and she
When
never
you say
regretted
1,500, you mean
1,500.
for parking? Huh?
For delivery.
Imagine. So I'm telling you, she went to a local. Unajua ile local ya tuseme unaishi Kitengela, the clinic there. That's where she went to give birth. She was like, there's no way these guys are cutting me open. She was like, I'd rather go to like a local clinic and find someone who'll help me give birth naturally.
As in,
No, but see, they're also qualified doctors there. It's just that they're not trying to peddle money. You know,
Yeah.
they're actually there to do their jobs.
Hey, but me,
Yeah.
anyway. I mean, look. So as you can see, healthcare is something you should be involved with your doctor. I don't think it should be a
ni 1,500 plus
of
insurance.
Bruh,
Aliongeza.
1,500.
It's just pulling.
Yeah,
She's pushing.
she's just pushing. Yeah. That's
So
number
mi
about
nadaka au
local.
kisukuma tuma hiyo mtoto hapa.
Yeah. She went to a clinic. She was like, you guys are not
And
cutting me
also,
open.
do you know, fun fact, yeah? Do you know why it's called Caesarean section?
Why?
Take your
Because
time.
ni Julius Caesar.
Ah,
Okay, I'm close.
You're close.
Romans used to do it.
It's a Caesarean section. I don't know whether it's Julius Caesar, but there's one of those Caesars, right? He was just like, he wanted to be involved in this pushing thing. And you see, men were not involved in the whole thing.
Stop. So he named it after himself.
So he said that babes should be having babies while lying down. So the way it is
Stop
you're
joking.
supposed to be standing up,
Wow.
right? Like
Yeah, you're actually supposed to be squatting, not
the
lying down.
ideal situation for a baby to come out of you.
Yes, I was.
It's like poop.
Have you, no, okay, let me put it in a way you can understand.
Squatty.
Have you ever
even.
seen a cow? It's like, it's my labor time. You sit in the
Like,
okay, my bad.
legs out.
Have you ever seen a
Yeah.
lioness, right? Oh, no, okay, have you ever seen, okay.
Yeah, it's
have you ever
true, they
seen
stand.
a whale? It's just like,
Upside down.
I keep
Yeah, it's true.
Have you ever seen a monkey?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, you're actually not supposed to be lying down. Yeah, they're supposed
Right.
to be standing or squatting.
Giraffes don't even, like, she doesn't even, mom don't even lie.
Yeah.
She didn't even, like, bend her knees. Tunasema tutoi kitu hapa. Kama constipation. Bye. And the giraffe starts walking from there.
Maze, na
There.
ametoka huko juu.
Yeah.
Na wewe ati sijui yake usiangushe mtoto.
No, delicate thing. No, it's
And there's a giraffe that's already running for its life. As
6
in,
feet
the
above the
moment
ground,
she's
just
landed
dropping
this,
babies.
There's a
It started.
hyena.
Who's ready to
There's
eat
a hyena.
it?
Mom, how do these things work?
Help
Which one do
me.
I put in front of the other?
Oh, God.
Jesus. Yeah, so
Anyway.
so apparently Caesarean,
Nothing.
because Julius was like, oh, another one? I want to see this.
Men can't let us have anything.
Yeah,
it's
so
yes.
now you know.
Yeah, man, Romans wanted everything to be about themselves.
Yeah.
Because, you know, like,
And it's a concept they stole from Africans also.
scientifically, the earth
What, give me
revolves.
No, C-sections.
Oh.
You know, the earth revolves around the sun in 10 months.
Eh?
Yeah, July and August are just extra months that have been put there for you to be told that it takes 12 months for us to
Stop
go
joking.
around. I swear, that extra math, like walisema tutaifanya baadaye. They added 2 months. They added July, and then they added July because of Julius Caesar.
And then Augustus
And
was
then
like,
Augustus
me
came
too.
is like, yai, pia mimi nataka moide. No, sorry. And nataka month yangu.
That's crazy.
Akaongezewa yake. So July and August like are just there. But
That's
10 months
crazy.
going around the sun is how long it takes. That extra nini, I think they went to February and they were like, ay, tutakunyanganya 2 days every day.
Hey, tuende tugawanye.
I had
So was it still 365 days but like 10 months? Or how was
No,
it?
it's not 365 days. It's like 10 months is enough.
So how many days were in those 10 months? 30.
Yeah. The same amount.
It wasn't like 45 to like make it
so
like
the year was
365.
300 days.
Okay, sasa sasa mengi za
Ndio nina
math ingine.
msiende
No, I'm
deep,
asking.
msiende deep.
Okay,
Mengi
sawa.
za
Hiyo
math
nita-
ingine
so
hapo.
I'm
Wewe
just asking.
jua tu July na
Tanzania.
August
Nigerians
ndio
used to have a
ongeza.
calendar as well, apparently. Well, I can't tell which Nigerians, but like
Oh.
it used to be 4 days in a week.
Really? Oh, that's so interesting.
Weekend too. Weekday.
Tukifanya Monday.
Ama no, if it's Nigerians, I think they just have one
Monday,
weekday.
Friday,
What?
Saturday, Sunday.
One weekday.
You know what it is?
Kwanza Monday ni Obi's house. They would not show up.
So Monday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Tosha.
They're like,
Tosha.
yes.
Yeah.
End of story. It's a wrap.
Yeah.
No,
I
that's
swear.
interesting.
Guys, you know, a lot of
Every
things...
other day, oble.
Dorime. Nah, man. You see that guy who done that skit for Nigerian, being a DJ in a Nigerian club?
Yeah.
You have to keep telling the... But, Nigerians party differently.
Yo.
But you know, that's how they party even in Nigeria.
Yeah. I was
Right?
told that.
Like that one for sitting on seats. Like I remember there's a time. It was when was it? It was when I was staying there. And this time I went to hang out with these really cool kids. There was a movie launch, blah blah blah. And while I'm there, because I'm wearing heels, I want to find the nearest support that is
You can
available
find
to
to
me.
you.
God damn it! Hey.
God damn it.
Heels, maze. First, can I just take a moment and shout out all babes who still wear heels on their own volition? Hakuna mtu amekuforce hivyo tu, yani wewe tu mwenyewe umeenda hapo kwa wardrobe yako umesema these toothpicks. Let's balance this nyash there. Big on you. Because I know I done physics. I know that there's a pressure somewhere.
Yeah.
No, you just have to have strong legs.
Get out of here, man. Most of these babes hakuna hata skwembe himeiona skwembe yako. You know, like how you know, like that it's supportive. Like you can see the action of the support in the muscle
Holding
goes
on
up.
for dear life.
The legs
Help
are like this.
me.
But at your leg is just there. It's comfortable. It's Aija. Where is the pressure sitting? Come on, your ankles. Sis, I don't think you're gonna be walking like when you're like 40. Not in a bad way. Yeah, all that pressure sits on your ankles. You wait when the gym instructor will be telling you, okay, madam, move the leg like this. But I was cute though. The legs don't work, but I was cute though. Anyway, yeah. So I'm there. I've been at the club. And me, I'm looking for the first seat because like I'm wearing heels.
Sit down, yeah.
Listen, if you ever see me in heels and you're walking up to me, Box, please stop. I want to talk to you. If I'm still walking, it doesn't mean that I don't want to talk to you.
It just
means
sit
I'm
down.
looking for a place to sit down.
Yeah.
I hope you never meet me in heels. So I made a vow, like only very necessary occasions. My guy was the only person who was seated. You know how awkward it was?
Yeah.
Like I'm just in people's nyashes. Like
Don't like
everybody's just
sitting
there,
down.
like with the bottles. I'm like,
Dorime.
has someone
You're
seen
like,
the gin?
Hey.
Where's the gin?
It's there. Bring
Hey,
it.
let's
Hey,
see.
to
Nimwagie
Konya.
drink.
Just over there.
Dorime.
Put here for me. Thank you.
And then they go back.
So the whole time I'll just be like, I think
You're like-
I'm gonna sit here. So the other option is a panda and sit on top here of the
bar.
right? And I remember I'm wearing heels, guys.
Yeah. Go chimbaing your nini.
Yeah. If I'm wearing heels, then it means that I'm wearing something that like somebody can just be like, oh. So for me, it was just like, can we dance? Like, we have to find a middle ground
Something,
somewhere. Yeah, they look like Nairobians at cool kid parties.
Yeah.
Got it. Nobody's dancing.
Is it
just
is
standing
it an
around.
East African thing or it's a Kenyan thing?
I
Like
don't know.
you walk into a club, there's no sitting space. I place Bambi.
Hi, Bambi.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
there's no sitting space.
There's no sitting space. Like
Maybe I like
I
to sit
think-
down and mind my business.
there's more chairs and more seats.
If there's seats, that place I mambi.
Yeah, in the
Yeah.
Kenya,
If I can see
in the
it,
Kenyan
seats.
place,
Aye.
like Kabisa.
Yeah.
But
You have to
over
be
there,
fighting
people
for
like
space.
standing up.
So yeah, guys, when I was in Kigali, baby, I'm no longer going to concerts in Kenya.
Why?
You can get out of here with your concerts. Get out of here very much.
Why?
So two things happened, right? When you go to the BK Arena, see now, Jess, do you know everybody has a seat except those people who are in the what we call the warus?
The
right?
warus.
And those warus are also expensive tickets, by the way, because these are the people who actually
are
get
close.
to interact
Yeah.
with
With
the
artist. Yeah, someone told me that they're sold in like circles or something,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Okay.
So- Anyway, so me, I'm over there. You know, I'm like, whoa, it's time to get in. So they had this like bar outside. So we did that, blah, blah, blah. Then now we have to head in. And they start on time. They say so-and-so is going to be performing at that time.
Wanna
Akokwa
perform
stage.
your time, yeah.
So we checked in, nini, and I'm like, where are we seated? Like we're in an auditorium? You get? Because as we're used to those concerts for, you guys, oh my God, watch your phone.
Yeah.
Stand in a circle. Where is your big sister? Look at your big sister. Who is your partner?
Body system, where is your body?
Where's your body? Yeah? You have to color code so that we can see you from anywhere. Where
And
are the
they're
greens? Where are
tagging
the
like you
greens?
can't go to the bathroom by yourself. See, we go to the bathroom
You have
now.
to go
No,
as a
okay, no,
squad.
5 more
Yeah.
minutes. Let's wait for
Right?
Nani to finish performing. Alafu tuende sote.
It's so crazy, yo.
No book space hapo mbele tu nini?
While you're there, it could rain. All of a sudden, you could be dealing with matope. All of a sudden, you could be dealing with Sijui, the sound has disappeared. And now, just
3
crazy
hours.
shit,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
And so, this VIP-ness of a seat and decorum.
Yeah.
Sijazoea.
Haujazoea mambo.
I turned to my pal there. I'm like, hey, hii concert ita slap kweli.
Eh.
Because nimezoea
Eh.
slap ni.
Chaos.
Wapi makelele?
Yeah.
It's the moshi.
Hey,
At this point, nobody has elbowed me. Nobody. I haven't been elbowed.
Not a
nobody has
single
pushed
person.
me. Even
That's
walking into
fantastic.
the arena, like lines.
Kuna decorum.
Kulikuwa. Mpaka nashanga, where's the noise? Hii ni concert ama tunaenda kwa kanisa. Hii ni kesha. Right? We get there, things are just, I'm like,
Vitu zina flow.
hapana, then ikanitaji enjoy. Wacha John Legend afungue hiyo mdomo yake. I forgot everything. I started saying, wow. Okay, so I can sit down at a concert.
Yeah.
I can actually sit down
I can enjoy
and watch
and
the
still
artists do
see
the work.
because it's like,
And this is what, and let me tell you, Kenyans. Chani is my camera. Fellow Kenyans.
Oh God.
Tunadhulumiwa. We
Vibaya
are
sana.
being dhulumiwa.
Vibaya sana. Hapa
Very badly.
tunaathirika.
Because think about it like this, yeah? When I was in Kigali, I never even had even once where John Legend saying, sing! You know why? Because he could see
I
ladies
paid
and
you.
gentlemen. He's not seeing...
What are you trying to say? Say it with your chest. Don't go through the corners.
I'm saying each gets to your meat for too long.
Say it with your chest.
You need to soften the meat in Kenya. Because you can find somebody has kuladi nyama choma. I'm guessing that's what it is.
Yeah.
The whole night.
Sure, yeah, nyama choma. Nyama choma.
With the eyes, they're glaring at you. Someone has hugged you from behind. You're just like, sorry, who are you? It's like crazy.
And how much were the tickets?
That's why artists tell us things like, what you say? What do I say? What do I say?
You
Mimi ndio
say.
nimelipwa hii concert. Hey. So me, I just saw guys sitting down enjoying John Legend. We stood at our designated spaces.
Yeah.
Right? He did an awesome performance. Man, that guy can sing, Joyce. Jesus Christ.
Love that.
I was, to be honest, I didn't even go at it because of online.
Yeah.
I just went because I
Experience.
was going to do other things.
Yeah.
But then when that guy started singing, and at that point, baby, at this point, let me tell you how ratchet we are in Kenya. Because like me, at this point, I was like, hey, now we have already had the tequilas. John Legend has not yet performed. The way things are moving, I've not even bumped into anyone, so we can do that flirting thing. Like, my outfit has not even been even,
not been
okay, fine,
seen.
guys have come, I've said hi. Oh my God, I'm the biggest fan. It's not the same as when you're standing in that cafe VIP and you guys are like, hey, long time, man. You guys, hey, this concert is not even bambang. The sound, like,
Hey, you know my guy.
I'm not even a big
You know
John
my
Legend
guy.
fan. No, let's run there to the new see. Hey, but it's raining. Matope. None of that, man. So you see that excitement of the concert. It wasn't there.
I
Wasn't
go.
there.
So now I was just like, hey.
So now.
I'm sitting there even like, I might just go sleep anyway. Like, it's not like I traveled there for John Legend. Not say you had Jakanyaga stage. Yeah.
What's Jakanyaga
Because you remember
stage?
I joboed. In the morning, I woke up,
By the way,
so I worked all day. Hey, I'm like, I don't know whether he concerts are bamba. Anyway, let me give it an 5 minutes. If it slaps, let me give him a chance to get at least on stage.
Yeah.
And then I can
what
bounce.
it's about. Yeah.
Watch the guy just say, nah.
What? He said what? What he said?
Wow. The man can sing, yo. Anyway, so Kenya, we need an arena ASAP. Because this thing of going to a concert and you're just like,
Matope.
you're going to wear those shoes. I never even thought about what outfit
And we're about
I
to
was
be
wearing.
left behind because Tanzania is building one in Dar. Yeah, apparently it's going to be bigger than BK. So tutakuwa sisi na Uganda too.
Ni sawa, tuta travel.
Wako na expressway.
Wow.
Thank you.
You know, that's a great counterpoint. In
Yes.
fact. Yeah.
Okay, so
Tuko na
wako na
expressway.
At least you can go to
Kuna
Dar
expressway.
and be a billionaire.
You know?
Yeah.
Unaenda na mamilioni. Na unaingia hapo uko na mamilioni.
No,
Wasema bidi shingapi. Maswali mengi wewe waita njoo.
But also, I'm just going to
Hauna
say
hera nini?
also, I'm just going to say this. I think
What?
Kenyan DJs are the best DJs on the continent.
Okay.
Yeah. You can take that to the bank.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like you can take that
And why do you say this?
to the actual bank. Because I think Kenyans really
Show
actually...
your answer.
Kenya, like from most Kenyan DJs are just a copy of something they've seen, right? So I'm not speaking for most DJs, but I'm speaking for the really good DJs in Kenya. Hey man, those guys can. I mean, we can do a lot, right? Because I mean, I do love Kigali. I love what they were presenting there, but the whole time I was just like.
Hakuna mtu ameniambia
But-
wapi nduru
But also not me. I'm that Kenyan. Even in a normal club, I'm just like, why is he playing like that? Like, why is this song on top of this one? But the whole time I was just like, okay, now I need a Kenyan DJ. And I was privileged. Like in Suraj, we're doing an event in Kigali.
Oh, around the same time.
Yeah, on Saturday, and I went for that. That was a vibe.
Well done.
The uns. You know, uns you can only take in like 5-minute periods.
For real, me, I don't
Like
get
you
uns like
and say,
that.
I'll be right back.
And once you can't
outside.
sit down as well.
Yeah, my guy.
There is no
Uns
way.
club
You
zao
go
hata
ra-
hazina
un-
viti.
ati
Unaenda kusimama.
unaenda uns kukaa chini.
Kukaa chini, ai.
It's like, have you been to
Now
Koda?
you've given
No,
me
I
an
You go
haven't.
stand.
But
you give
I
me
mean,
an
it
idea.
looks
hakuna
so
viti.
good.
I don't
No,
know.
viti ziko lakini ukikaa chini wanakuangalia. Ai, umekuja hapa
I've
kushapa.
actually never been to Koda because me I had the only play uns, and me I can't do uns. My brain is not.
You know how you take it?
It's
Yeah,
not-
I always believe like it's how you perceive stuff. So like if, you know, like the past 1 month I haven't really worked out. So if you see me going to Koda, I'm going to catch up.
Unaenda kufanya steps.
Wallahi. Naenda huko tu kusema
And you know, you don't really
Una
need
mark
to...
time but umefanya 10
Yeah,
steps.
you
Una
don't
mark
really
time,
need to even know the song.
10,000 steps.
Like,
Mark
you just-
timing too.
you just do this.
baby, I know that one.
And then they mix it with something else.
And you just continue the same. And you just continue the same dance style. I just change. Dance style I just change. Mind you, go to even the whole time.
Yeah.
Mark timing. 10,000 steps.
Yeah.
Mark timing.
But
15,000.
I don't know, because like this is how I feel about like when I go to a club and they're playing only Afro beats.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm just like, how many times do you do this? Relax your nyash.
It's better to do this. At
No,
least you can
like,
also do.
I don't mind
You know?
these dances. Like, don't get me wrong. I don't mind these dances. But these dances don't evoke emotion. You know what I'm saying? Like, how do you know someone
Me
is
and
having a
I
good time?
like to nini.
Yeah.
You guys didn't
No,
see. I can't stop dancing like that. I
Because
can't.
It's coming from your chest.
Honestly,
it's not
you
like you're
could
trying
play
to
a
show
gospel
off.
song right now and I'll start. You know, I can't help it.
Babe, me, I was in Kigali being forward like this. I was teaching someone how to cut my head off, right? But
I can't stop.
But like when I see guys doing this like these challenges that I'm like, yeah, they're doing it so that they're like, oh, finally I know the moves.
Yeah.
But like when you know you're doing your
You know?
it's for like I want to
You're
feel
feeling-
this song. You get what I'm saying? So it's not that after I finish my head being cut one,
Yeah,
then I will do
until
the
now
shuffle
you-
of the legs. No,
You
it's I'm
just-
probably and if I don't clap, by the way, let me tell you something. If you're dancing out there and you don't clap,
By now, if the music is just that, you know, like this club, Apo Ivo Nini River Road, where
VIP room.
the like their social media guy grabs CCTV
Hey.
footage camera.
You're
They
lying.
made CCTV footage to post on social media.
because the camera is still in one place.
Kamera yao inakwanga iko huko hivyo juu.
But me imagine I love those vibes.
Ako hivi.
You know, you guys are making
Me, I
fun of
want
those
to go
people.
there,
I-
If you go there,
Ile
like,
siku
yeah,
Chris
yes, you
Brown.
dance, you'll have a good time, but you won't stay there all night.
Hey.
Ile siku yenye Chris Brown
Because kila
will
kitu
take
ni
one of those dances and he does them. You'll see your uncle one day will teach me, how do you do this?
How
It's like
do you-
this? Is it like this or it's like this? So start teaching yourself. This is about to be an international dance,
I'm
guys.
telling you.
From the streets of
Streets
Nairobi.
of Nairobi.
And then now let's land to the streets of the UK.
Uh-huh.
Guys, let me tell you something. Today I even had this just to show you, whichever part of the continent you are. I don't know why my Jamaican has
It's supposed to be an African accent.
wherever
Try
in
again.
these good continents of Africa that you are in.
At least even try South Africa. You know, see kila siku
Bro, I
Nigerian
can't remember the last time I
accent.
spoke to her.
where are fresh.
No, I haven't.
Yeah.
Now that we've conclusively spoken about how Africa is the bomb diggity,
Bound diggity.
let's go to the streets of
London.
London. London.
What
It's
does London
actually
do?
not London. There's a town in the UK.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Uh-huh.
I think it's important I say that. They are struggling with rodents that are the size of cats.
By rodents.
Rats. Yeah. They're so huge that they're eating the tires of the cars.
Wow.
Yeah, like as in imagine you
What?
park your car outside, then you come in like the tires been kulwad. It's like, what happened here? Then you're seeing seeing teeth marks there.
The rats are in again.
You know
What
like
was?
rats eat like if they decide to eat your shoe. You're just like, you should have eaten both of them.
Are there videos of these rodents?
No, but I'm sure you can find them online. Yeah. Mungai run the tape.
Those things make my skin crawl. I can't.
Yeah, it's so crazy. So, when I see things like this, I'm just like, guys, I needed to see these videos before I was an adult.
Are they mutants?
You know why I'm saying this?
Why?
Because when I was a kid, I used to think Africa is the toilet. And you see these videos of theirs, like, I know that this is going to blow your mind as an adult for some of you.
Yeah.
Because when you watch TV, you never think about this is a set. You think this is America.
Yeah, it's the real life.
Nigga, this is a set. Like there's a set where they've jengered like Buruesque estate, right? And that's where they shoot all their things happening. Yeah. So like
Sometimes they're gonna make it look nice.
This one for New York, the one that has the staircase, the houses that they have the staircase that open right to the streets. Right? How many TV shows have you seen?
All of them.
Yeah.
Right?
Facts.
So, like this is the one where you'd see like a kid would run from outside. La 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 la. Then the mom asks, "What time is this? You're coming home? Why did you come late?" They're like, "Mom, don't talk to me like that. I can't handle it." And then they run to their room. Just and then you hear them slam the door. Pam! And then the shot now is of them with their shoes.
On the bed.
On the bed.
Yeah, and you're like,
bro, I watched this. I knew. Listen, and that's what I'm saying. I should have seen these videos of the rats when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Because for me, I thought this is normal.
Yeah.
Right? Because
everything is perfect.
I tried it, and let me just tell you, I watched duvets for nothing. Right? And then I concluded with my little head that it's because
it's clean.
Exactly.
The streets are clean.
Their streets are clean. Africa is dirty.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I've never even seen a panya. Unless it's those movies where they want to take us to back streets. And they want to show us rats.
The ghetto.
But like when they show us the houses, where I go, oh my God.
Wow.
You live in all this? You have one child. What business do you have having this whole house?
Mansion.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then you find it Sudan. Anyway, that's beside the point. When I see rats in the UK, I'm like, you gotta be kidding me.
Who's the real third world country?
Is this because they've attracted a lot of immigrants to go there, man? What have they? How?
Hey, rats have nothing to do with the immigrants.
Immediately.
First of all, those rats are mutants.
When you're a kid,
they're eating their GMO food. That's why they're growing like that, my guy. What the?
Plus, they're eating tires.
Immediately you said that, that was my train of thinking. I was like, yeah, maybe Africa tuko na takataka mingi, so our rats can't eat tires. I mean, they have garbage to go and eat. But then again, I also thought of how
a rat in Africa knows very well that you can eat anything in this house, but you must not eat valuable things.
Don't eat the valuable things.
If it's true, eat ile kiatu ya dad yenye anatembeanga nayo hapa kwa nini. Lakini si ile yenye anaendanga nayo. Hiyo ndio ile siku yenye hiyo rat tena nyumbani. Eat meeting mkutano kwa other rats. Guys, you can do anything to the humans. But don't touch this, don't touch this.
Have been eliminated from the tribe.
The rats there are crazy because I also heard there was a story in the States where rats were eating homeless people.
Yo, come on,
this was
bro,
in New York. No, for real. I am dead serious. It was a credible source.
You know rat rabies is a thing?
No, they were eating homeless people. It was even in the news.
You know there's rat rabies.
Homeless people are being interviewed and they're scared to sleep in the streets in New York because the rats would eat them.
Guys,
like,
you know there's rat rabies. You'll start acting like a rat.
No.
You need to stop watching cartoons.
I'm on 6'9".
Make my skin crawl, guys.
Because have you ever, when I was a kid, this is how my parents used to make sure that we are clean. Like you wash your hands, like you take a shower and whatnot. Because if you're dirty, if you're from playing outside and then you don't shower, or you eat, rats. You eat and you don't wash your hands, the rats will come and then they'll eat your fingers and then they'll eat your toes.
You're like, bro, I don't want to die.
You don't feel it because zinakula zikipuliza. Like they eat
was every parent saying
they had the same script.
Yeah.
No, they have the same script.
And then you go on and believe it. Yeah. So when I heard that they were eating homeless people, I'm like, wait, by the this is what no, as a police,
they're so useless.
As in, it's crazy, man. Uko, the ones they have are absolutely different than Uko. Or maybe also in Africa, like hakuna chakula, so it's gonna.
You need to shut up. You need to shut up.
No. Let's stop talking about this. Please.
Hata kiatu. As in inakula kiatu nasema
but in Coastal, there's a Mijikenda tribe that eats rats.
Even lunges, where have you gone for?
Ati lunges. No, lunges don't eat rats.
Listen, there is a rat. There is something called...
Unless that rat has feathers, it has a beak.
No.
And then it just... then they will eat that rat.
There's a rat.
Flying rat.
No, it's called a bush rat. Bush rat. It's not like... rat has many types of nini. You can find bush meat. Do lunges eat bush meat?
Bush babies. They eat bush babies.
You relax your centralized nyash.
The bush
we don't have bush babies in
bush
Central.
Babies Kenyan babies.
I didn't say bush baby. Did I say bush baby?
But you know bush babies.
Bush babies need them Kenyan.
What's your name?
Get out.
No, Mr. G, bush
meat, not bush baby. Bush meat. Like, the way like you can be with your cousin there, you're just like, hey, Kerry. Sasa kuko ready unaongeaga tu hivi. Hebu ngoja kwanza. Hiyo nini imekimbia hapo? Hii kwanza tunaweza kula.
That's a lie. That's a lie.
Hii kitu tuchome hapa kabla tujaenda kwa nyumba. Unajua kuna watu wangapi kwa nyumba?
Do you know yesterday there was a baby was asking me to when Mluya.
You don't even know what you're eating.
Kwani she thought you were?
I don't know. Apparently, Luyas look like people who eat bush babies.
Bush meat. Africans eat bush meat. Like people eat bush meat, guys.
Yeah. Oh, it's but they're still rodents, right?
Small things that Peter
there's one at Kula is a gazelle. I mean, they just look delish. It's just that it's illegal, so I wouldn't. But zinakatu tamu.
But you see, even with illegality, it's just to stop you from overeating these things. Because remember, last year, Namibia, was it... either Namibia or Botswana was going through drought. And
they legalized it.
They decided to they were like, our guys are going to die, man. Ebu chinja elephant tano hapo, plus all those things that are usually illegal. They chinjad for them, they gave them to it.
They were eating elephants?
So they die.
People eat elephants, apparently.
I'm asking a question. They were eating elephants?
Yeah.
Okay.
People eat elephants,
Let me tell you, there's so many things you could eat. It's just that you're not born in China. Do you understand what I'm telling you guys? It's just that you're not in the DRC, right?
Kwani DRC, what do they eat?
Monkeys.
Even monkeys. But it's not just them alone.
Yeah.
Even Ugandans.
Chad.
Like people eat. It's normal. You know, that's why I say stop your centralized nyash.
I've seen monkeys street
You're
food
just
in
here
Chad.
in the CBD. You don't know what is happening. You know this one for hunting dushnya. What is it called? This thing.
No.
They want for hunting birds.
Catapult.
Yeah. Right? That kind of thing.
Yeah.
You guys
Remember
do,
it.
right?
That
kind of thing. Yeah. It was for what? Please tell me. It was for what?
It's for killing prey.
Killing birds.
To do what with?
Eat them.
Kaboom. So those birds are not chicken?
That's crazy though.
Yeah, people
That's
eat this
actually
stuff,
crazy.
right? Where is it where we're driving and then, like the way you stop and people come to you like maize. And then they came with this thing. You're just like,
I've seen that
What?
in Chad. I've seen monkeys.
What?
In Shags?
No, Chad.
Yeah.
I've seen that.
Like
I've
the
seen
meat
monkeys
comes like that when it's...
So I say it's a bush rat.
and snails.
So it's like this. It has been recorded with the KGT like this. Right? So
That's how they bring it to the table.
No, to the table. I've just said, how like you're going on a road
the
trip,
window.
and then they come to tell you maize.
Stop it!
Yes.
She cut like six of them on
they're just
like this, and then they're like, "Do you want?"
God,
Shove
really?
them inside the car.
But I
You're
know
like
it sounds
that
weird,
to
right?
pick.
It sounds so weird.
But what about that one who comes to the next window with fish? Tilapia, and the tilapia is just going, you gonna buy me? You gonna buy me, bitch?
Just
You gonna buy
you.
me? Guys, I had an existential crisis the other day.
Why?
I'm cooling this fish, right?
And then it was looking in your eye.
I was eating the fish. Now, so I'm over. I've cleared my ugali like this, maze, the thing slapping, the mbogas. As I'm trying to watch something on TV. Then I zoomed at my plate.
Yeah.
And then we partnered with that fish eye to eye. Hey, I had to funika it like this
Eye
with
to
my
eye.
other hand like this. Like what by the way. I felt like its spirit.
Kwa nyumba yangu.
The spirit of this fish was angling, and then it had its mouth open, so it was like. Like,
Are you okay in the head?
serious.
No, it's
Are you
something
okay
when
in
you
the
start
head?
seeing
when
the
I told
fish
you about
has
the
teeth.
bush rat, you were just like, but then with the fish, you're just like, bring that bitch.
No, it's
Look at
the
me as
way-
they eat you.
Yeah.
I'm removing your eyes.
Look me in my eye. I will
Bro,
remove that
me-
eye and eat it.
And that time I was removing things from its head over there. You know those sweet things, omegas, do what there? I'm there with the ugali, then it's just looking at me like,
You can
like,
see the teeth.
I covered it with my one hand like this so I can remove it without it seeing me.
I mean, as I am, unaangalia nani hivyo kwa nyumba yangu kuja hapa. Eat that eye.
Imagine, that's why I was like eating and I was like, what if the spirit is just hovering here, just watching me
you.
eat this? But now you don't need this body.
Why are you actually talking to the spirit of
I
the
finished
fish?
this ugali, like the good thing is it was really delicious. You know, like when something is not nice, Paka, you're even giving yourself an excuse not to eat it. So just like,
Well,
what
like,
if
kitu
the
bado ni
spirit
tamu.
is looking at me?
It's
you know,
delicious
Like, this
still.
thing I ate it. Paka, I'm funikaing its eyes. I'm respecting it. Hey. Yeah, soon I don't think I'll be eating meat,
Rest.
guys. Anyway. So yeah, so rats in the UK, this is a real thing.
Let's
so
leave
when
it
that,
there.
you know, because like nowadays I see on TikTok people try to have arguments about why Africa is not the same as the UK, black Yans, black Americans. Have you seen those arguments? Like, I'm just like, guys, hold up.
What, pitting black Americans against
There's
Africans?
a babe who's come out there saying that, we're not the same as Africans. Our struggles are different. Like, we have worked hard to be where we are. So you can't just come here and start just leeching off of, like, the success of our music.
Who said that?
I'm telling you, TikTok is wild.
Who said
It's
that?
wild. I know you've not seen that because she's not a hot babe. So,
Oh.
she's not. It's okay. She's not.
Oh.
But I know her
Mi
friends.
siwezi ambiwa hivyo Kerry, by the way.
Sitaki kuona
Siwezi
basi.
ambiwa hivyo.
Her beholder, hayuko kwa hii conversation.
And he left.
Hayuko hapa.
He left
That's all
the
we know.
conversation.
So like when you see people saying stuff like, Africa is so backwards, it's Black Americans. I'm like, rats.
Rats are rats. my
Just
guy.
remember that shit.
Just remember
Rats.
Rats.
Rats to a point the
On
town
the highway.
is
Another one
scared.
for the highway.
They're telling the cops to come help them out.
With the rat.
Because the
You
rats...
should be calling an exterminator.
Sis, you're saying that that rat, that you call the exterminator.
Yeah.
Okay, I've ever seen like something. There are some animals when they get past a certain size. Honestly, I don't care. Like you see a rat that's the size of a cat.
Bro.
Exactly.
That's a mutant.
Exactly.
And then you're there to babe, come kill this one.
Exactly.
Nah, bro.
Exactly.
We are burn down the house, my guy.
Move.
We are starting burn it.
Chances are
to the ground.
Mimi na wewe will be on top of the bed, screaming
I would tell you, come
for this thing that's
with
down
some
there.
gasoline.
Saying,
It is
"You go
time
kill it."
to burn this
And
thing
just
to the
remember,
ground.
as you're up there, it's just like biting on the legs. It's like this bitch is gonna come down.
And then a rat that size, you can actually hear it make noise. Because you know how Ati are silent as a church mouse.
God.
Not even footsteps, like the sound it makes. I don't know whether rats bark, they meow,
No, they make
or
a
they
weird,
do shit.
almost hissing.
or
You
they-
gotta stop.
Disgusting.
that one will be doing.
You gotta stop and pause right here. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I know at this part in your life you have never thought about, does a rat produce a sound?
It does.
I want you to now stop anything that you're doing and focus on this next part. Kerry, a rat barks.
No, we don't know whether it makes noise or not. Maybe it does. If you are that size,
But
you'll
what
be able
sound
to
does
know.
it make?
Sasa ikiwa hivyo kubwa.
Me, the one I can tell you is I know that rats that size will have footsteps. You get so if you have like wooden floors, right? If you have a rat in your kitchen, you're going to hear.
I think rats squeak. I think they squeak.
Yeah, they squeak or something. Yeah, they have like
so that one doesn't. That one has broken.
So I'm going to
its
ask a direct question.
Yeah.
You just tell me what you think the sound is. Sawa. What sound does a rat make?
Tekashi 6ix9ine, bro. Yeah. No, whatever
They
song
make
he
a
does.
weird like squeaky sound.
like-
I can't imitate
Gooba.
it. It's like something like that.
Ati what?
For real.
Just do it again.
Your cat has sneakers on.
Something, I swear to God. Or maybe it's like the sound effects that they put in movies, but every time I can think of like a rat.
So we're talking about movies
No,
here.
every time I can think of a rat making a sound, I just think back to like the last movie that had rats. And they make like a weird squeaky sound.
Now I'm thinking Tom and Jerry never made no sound.
Not a cartoon, a movie.
Because a movie is not a cartoon.
No, like an actual with people. Like this weird... what was that movie?
Ratatouille would sing.
Okay, Ratatouille, that's different. What is that movie with that? There's this babe who could control rodents, and I couldn't watch that movie just because of that.
Matilda.
No!
Mufasa.
Some Suicide Squad. I'll try and remember it. There's some babe who could like control rats, and immediately I saw that, I didn't watch that movie. I was like, this.
So, okay.
Oh, that babe for Nini.
Yo, stop
Yeah.
digressing.
Joker's babe. Yeah.
So, I didn't know that rats make any sound. The only thing I know is that their feet make sound when they're running. And so I'm just thinking, when this rat is the size of a cat,
My guy.
you just hear boom, 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 boom. It's running up the stairs.
I
Imagine
can
if
die.
It's in your ceiling. It's in your ceiling because you know rats have this thing of like finding their way.
Yeah,
At
you
night they
just
want to run. Which house? There's a house I was at where there was like an infestation of rats in the ceiling. Right? Like there was
Stop it, guys.
a cover. One of the, this roof tiles.
Yeah.
One had traumored, so they were PTIing there. Like a whole, you're just hearing them.
Guys.
Their feet, right? That's the only sound I had, guys. I didn't hear.
Can we stop?
Didn't hear
Yeah, can
any
we
of that.
stop talking
They
about
squeak.
let's talk about something else.
So all I'm telling you, if these things were like those ones for Nini, you can hear. You know, like the way you're walking at night and
Someone's
as a
listening to
babe,
that. They're like,
you're
food.
walking as a babe, and you're just
Delish.
like, oh my God, it's so nice and quiet. I hope nobody's walking behind me. You don't hear. The worst thing you want to hear when you're walking outside at night as a babe is footsteps.
Yeah.
Right? Because now you have to be like, who's that murderer
guy,
behind me?
it's
If you
serial
cross the road
killer,
like
eh.
stop a serial killing me
Yeah.
here. Right? If that rat is following you, you will hear it. In fact, it will sound like 4 people walking
yeah.
behind you. Just say, take my money! As you run.
Yeah, that's all I have.
Guys, the rats are the size of cats. Tafakari hayo, right? You come outside, you pattern the thing as could half your tire. What you going to
Fear for the cats there, man.
I'm calling the
Guys,
cops.
iko
I'm
na
calling
kazi.
Sakaja. I get out and I find a rat has could my tire half. But then that's the county's.
I'm taking
that's
my
the
cat
county's
to the
business.
gym immediately. I'm like, you need to square up, man. These guys they're bigger than you. You need to go to the gym. Unga my guy. Kuja hapa na muscles.
Oh my
You
God.
need to square up against these rats.
Yeah, so this is the life that we live. Finally.
You know, if you're a side piece, you're dating 2 people at once, yeah? You're dating your side and you're dating their person.
What do you mean?
Because chances
How
are...
am I
half the-
dating their person?
See, half the time the person is providing for you, being able to cooler their person.
I'm gonna need come again, please. Explain yourself. Where are you going with this?
You know, okay, run the tape.
Hello.
So what you?
What you doing?
I just got home. What you doing?
Nothing. With my friend. Can you order me some food?
What you want?
Hold on. What you want?
Just get whatever. I'm gonna eat whatever.
Can I can you do the 2 for $20? It's the loaded mashed potatoes, the chicken, and then the fajitas.
2 for $20?
Mm-hmm.
What you need 2 meals for?
Cause yeah, it's me and my friend. We hungry.
Look at friend.
My friend, you don't know her.
I don't know her.
Okay, so just send it. Don't be like that.
What you mean don't be like that? Let me see your friend.
Why do you wanna don't do that. You are not my dad.
First of all, where you at, though?
I'm downtown.
They ain't tell me downtown.
Yeah. Why are you acting like that? Are you gonna send it or not?
Shit.
Why are you laughing?
I don't know.
Okay, well send it. Tell me like what's going on. I'm
What
hungry.
the fuck you need 2 drinks for?
Because we have 2 throats. Duh.
I ain't never seen you eat that much.
Okay, I'm gonna share with my friend, and I want to share my whole meal, so I was just gonna get her own.
No, I'm not getting her. I got you.
Okay, well just still get the 2 large drinks, and just get like some fries on the side too, and.
You're on some weird shit.
How am I on some? No, you're on some weird shit. You on some insecure shit. What the fuck?
Insecure shit?
That's what I'm. Yeah.
But you ain't never had friends. Now you got friends.
Okay, so because I have friends now, you're mad because you don't have no friends?
I'm just saying, tell that bitch about her own food. Or tell that nigga about his own food.
Now it's okay. Now it's about a nigga.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you broke and ain't got it anyway, so I'm gonna just leave it at that. Now what we gonna eat?
The audacity.
This babe's boyfriend is there chilling, man.
My guy.
Because he's that kind of boyfriend of every time you talk to your babe, you know how we started this episode? He's that guy, story ikiisha, ni anauliza, have you eaten? After how you doing? Have you
He's
eaten?
like, actually, babe, no, I
and
haven't.
she's like,
Now, on a
Aki,
side
no,
dude.
babe. And the guy is like, what do you want to eat?
Guy.
I've already eaten.
You know, I saw this video.
Nimekulwa.
That's what I was thinking.
Nimekulana.
Like, wanakulana na yeye anasaidia pia wakule waendelee kukulana. As in, I saw this video and I was like, yenyewe, as sad as it looks, you can't really blame this babe.
What do you mean?
And you can't blame the guy. Because if you're with somebody right now, there's certain things that person gives you that someone else would not give you. That's why you're with them.
Yeah.
Like now for her, probably side piece ni wa strokes. Mwingine ni wa chakula. So she'd never be hungry, like both ways. Because
Are you speaking from experience? Too soon? Too soon? I'm sorry.
nah, that's funny.
Might have been too soon. I apologize. I'm sorry.
Yo.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, there's no feeling.
And no filters.
The fact that you can laugh about it means we are doing well.
Yeah, absolutely. But can't really blame her because you think about your last relationship. Since we're all single here, there's things that this person used to give you that you wouldn't get it anywhere else, and that's why you're with that person. But there were also stuff that they were not giving you. It's just that we're level-headed human beings. You don't go look for it somewhere else. So can you really blame her for doing it?
I don't blame her, to each his own, but like I feel like that's very audacious.
It is.
Of her. Because if you're going to cheat, at least keep your main nigga out of it. Out of respect, my guy.
Half the time you're there thinking of this, your main person, whether they're gonna catch you. You crafting a lie. Where were you? Every single time you have to go and remember that lie.
Why are you telling them to?
If it's a guy of have you eaten, it's wrong. If you say no, you've not eaten, what do you want to have?
And then you feed your side nigga as well. That's audacious.
And at some point she hung up and she asked the guy, "Do you want?" And the guy's like, "No, Chick-fil-A."
You know, guys, I think you're looking at it. I hear what you're saying and I hear what you're saying, but I think you're looking at it all wrong, right? I know you said, you wouldn't take the food because you're trying to respect the guy, right? You are cheating on him, sis. The respect ended the moment you decided to cheat on him, okay? So this half respect is like, from this perspective, this is respectful that I bought my own food for me and the person I was cheating on you with. No, it's like,
so if you're going to be disrespectful, just be disrespectful all the way. Leave nothing behind.
But like you're missing the point, right? This is somebody who wants to take care of you, okay? Now,
and your side, they just don't know.
No, it's just you. They don't know about the side.
Why would I? I don't want to. Maybe she don't want to hurt you. I don't want to hurt you. You're like a provider. You love.
But you see now her boyfriend knows. There's no way that thing didn't feature him. That video. Now the boyfriend knows.
Yeah, way after.
After, but like during, he has been providing.
Because the guy was recording. The guy recorded her.
All I'll say is, at the end of the day, right? It's fast. That's a wrong situation, right? I think when you're doing bad things, at some point you have to be like, No, I can't bring them to my person's bed. Come on. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't say, I'm cheating anyway, right? You have to draw the line. You have to be like, okay, let me cheat, but let me not do it here in our matrimonial bed.
We'll go to an Airbnb.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Right? But if your bae has done, who has called and said, hey, babe, today you have to stay in the house. There's snow, blizzard, right?
And you want to get some...
You have to balance. You don't want to stress them. So you're in the house, but now you have to bring this person and just be like, do you know how to do karate? Taekwondo?
Can you fight?
Can you run? Can you disappear?
Can you jump out the window?
Can you teleport yourself in
if I tell you
time?
jump out, are you gonna jump?
Right?
No.
Yeah, but like so I get it, but at the same time, people be moving mad out here. That's all I'm saying.
Is what they be moving. Insane.
Yeah. But if my person is asking me for food to feed me while I'm here doing extracurricular
you can't
activities,
say no.
I won't say no. I don't think I have it.
I really
in me
wouldn't
to
blame
say
her.
no.
Like, I feel bad for
So
the
that's
boyfriend,
what I'm saying.
but
Is
still.
it the boyfriend who called her, or did she call the boyfriend?
No, it don't
I'll be
matter.
like,
it
babe,
just
but it
it just
does
sounded he's that
matter.
guy.
It depends on
It
the
matters.
It depends on the
Nimetoka hapa
Okay.
kukulwa na side nigga alafu I'm calling my main to give us food. That's disrespectful.
Maybe he owns a
Yes,
restaurant.
but he's that guy.
Yeah, he owns Chick-fil-A.
Yeah. He's got Nini.
Maybe
got,
he's that guy.
he's
He
got-
always likes
Me
feeding
audacity
her.
mniambia mnatoa wapi naitaka.
Bebe, do you know? Like, I know a couple. Who was telling
Because
me
this
this
guy,
story?
the side guy can't buy food.
There's a friend of mine who was telling
Yeah,
me a
because he's
story.
broke. He's just there for one thing and one thing only.
when we're, but she's married to this guy now. When us guys were in uni, see, they were dating, and but she was seeing this other guy. Yeah. Anyway, no. She was seeing this other guy, right? Who was significantly older than her. And see, now this guy has the guy who now she's married to.
Yeah.
See, that time they were side piecing.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
This guy asked her, yo, see, we go to Vashas like this, nini.
Yeah, you guy, my guy.
You guy, my guy. And you know, those times for uni, you don't even know where you're sleeping.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't know how guys did it. I was in that actually.
We were very trusting.
Me, I was like, I need to know where my bed is. Anyway, so the guy's like, yeah, let's go. She's like, yeah, bet, say less. Shit, let's do it. But then he didn't have any money. You know, this is a campus, guys. You suggest stuff you can't finance, right? So she's like, what? Oh, I know what to do. She went to this guy, her boyfriend. She's like, yo, me and the girls are traveling, blah, 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 blah. The guy gave them pocket money, gave her for her and the girls. Walikula ile pesa hiyo. Hao watu wawili.
That's not the first time
Ilikuwa
I've
ni
heard
ya
that story,
girls.
to be honest.
Ilikuwa yeye huyo.
Yeah, ndo alikuwa girls.
Future husband.
Girls.
Dying.
Girls.
They are married now.
Yes.
Oh wow.
Baka, you even know them. Baka, he dropped her to the guy when they were done. Like when he finished the trip, he brought her to the crib.
Wow.
Audaciousness.
Yeah. But I mean, listen, if they didn't follow their guts, they'd be probably single right now. See, they're married.
They're married.
They're
You know what I
married.
mean?
Right? So if you're really in a relationship and you're feeling like something is calling you outside of the
There's
relationship.
something better out there for you.
I don't want to say better.
Go
I
for
just
it.
want to say, listen to Joyce. Listen to Joyce.
How was I even part of this
So like this,
conversation?
it's not connected to them. But do you think that someone could, like, okay, let me bring the.
It's going to be dicey.
Ini
I can feel
mbaya.
it. I can feel it.
If I'm dating you, right, and then I lie to you about you, and then we break up, do you think every single thing I'm going to say would be the absolute truth, knowing that we started out of a lie?
For me, would I believe what you're saying?
Yeah.
I mean, you see, once you have made a bed of lies,
No,
When you
it's
have
not a
made-
bed. It's just one lie.
Just
But
lay
we
in
both,
it.
it's a lie that we
You're
know,
both
but she
in.
doesn't.
is there a bed? Was
No.
there a lie?
Sleeping bag.
That you, but he only
Sleeping bag.
Ni moja.
Bado ni ya kulala.
Yeah, but you know, in that line, I was thinking about if someone, if like you two are dating, right? But then I'm always a problem in your relationship. I think you can think of in every relationship you've been in, there's that one person who's usually a problem, right? And then you know they just keep telling you, I think you guys are cheating. Then you break up,
Yeah.
right? How long before he launches me.
Ha ha ha.
It's like this.
Like,
like
what is
this.
just be honest. What would you do? Right?
You know. See, I want to hurt my ex.
No,
Hey,
it's not out of
come
spite.
out of your real life.
It's always out.
Come out of your real life. And stay focused in this hypothetical situation we're in.
Ni hypothetical.
Right? So, tuko hapa kwa hii hypothetical situation, right? Wewe uko na mtu. Wewe uko na mtu, mimi niko na mtu.
Yes.
Lakini sasa, you've met someone out there and you guys have said games, right? Your person has noted this because, you know, God sends...
We know these things.
Women.
It's just
God sends women there. You know?
No, sometimes
you just wake up, you are sleeping at night and you just hear,
senses.
The angel
1
has come to
plus
you.
1 is 3. Why?
You're just like,
Nah. Sometimes that thing is
That
wrong.
one.
no, it's real.
off.
It's real. It's
Nah.
real.
Hey.
So now you've been busted. Now you know the truth. Nini.
Yeah.
Your bae has been sumboing you back and forth. Paka, you guys have agreed. Tuachane. Sawa. Okay, bye. Bye.
Deuces.
How long before you unveil this lie that you had been?
It's before you move on from what you're with.
No, you've broken up. So tushakubaliana. Okay, it's over.
I mean, there's no chance of you not launching this person. You just continue dating without people finding out or having to launch each other.
So you just continue under the water and then until people know.
Eventually, yeah.
Easy.
I wouldn't throw it in their face like that. You want me
It's
to prove you are
thrown in
right?
your
That's what I'm
face.
asking. The question here is stop trying to create other answers
It's
here.
thrown in your face.
How long
as soon
until
as it
you
is
launch
possible.
this person?
Well, until I'm sure about them. Because, I mean, up until this point, we didn't have a full-blown relationship.
You
Nah.
were cheating.
Nah,
Yeah,
it-
we were
For
cheating.
them.
Yeah. We were cheating together.
It's
But we
right.
hadn't been exclusive together, right? There was somebody else involved. So until I'm sure about you.
Nah, tuseme
Haizana
tu
logic.
kweli, it's done like as soon as it is convenient.
For you, that's how you move.
You chill
People
fast.
move different.
You chill fast. That's
Okay.
it.
As soon as it's convenient. That's how it's done. Kabisa. Especially if there's some level of spite in between the exes.
You were cheating.
Still.
You are the one who was cheating, my guy.
How
the
is there
person
spite?
that she told
as in
she was worried about.
the whole time of this
But she
relationship.
was worried because what? It was actually happening?
Yes.
Or maybe...
Because it was
Ken.
happening.
Mr. Martin.
Okay, if it was happening.
The question here is, so you're in a relationship, right? Let's imagine
And
you've been
stress.
dating with someone for 2 years, right? Then, like, a year and a half in, right? I start telling you, you and
damn,
Joyce,
yeah.
where you guys are just being super
I
friendly,
don't,
blah, 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 blah,
yeah.
blah. Right?
No,
and you're
we're
like,
just
"Babe,
friends,
eh." Oh my God, we can actually write a book for men's lies, right? Then you're like,
voice and
no,
everything.
there's nothing, babe. You're just imagining. Yeah?
No
Then you're like, Connie, I can't have platonic friends.
Inakuanga ni kwa
Only
wati.
trust.
Aya. Then we break up. For whatever reason, we just said, you know what? Tumeshinda ka tumengangana. Let's just end it.
Yeah.
Right? But then not all those things that I was suspecting were actually happening.
My guy.
Right? So now the question here is, which I didn't know I needed to explain it kinagaubaga. Right? Comma. At what point
Do you launch
do
this
you
person
launch this person?
who was a problem in your relationship?
Because
to
remember,
begin with?
this whole time, you've been telling Joyce that she's actually imagining. You've been gaslighting her. When will you now? Sasa nijikate. Si ndio huyu sasa. Sasa tudu. Nijikate.
After
What are we doing?
a couple of soft ones, then there will be the hard one, like later. So I think like 2 soft ones.
What is soft? As soon as the two of you are seen together, bam, it's launched.
You seen together, hanging out, going out, nini, and then relationship, like that one. They don't love you like I do. No.
So here's my question. Wacha niwaulize kwa labda unajua wewe ulizaliwa huko Mombasa, labda unaelewa mambo nikisema kwa kiwimbo. Naam. Nakuuliza kijana. Masiku, mawiki, madakika, mamiezi, mamiaka ngapi ili upate kujulisha dunia kwamba huyu mshikaji mliokuwa mkishikana ni kweli mshikaji wako wa ukweli. Itakuchukua madakika ngapi kunionyesha?
It doesn't matter dakika ngapi.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
1 month.
1 month is too much.
You see, now we're getting to time, God damn it. Nini mbaya na nyinyi lakini?
Ulikuwa unataka nikwambie hivyo?
Unipatie time. Ni wiki, mwezi, miaka. You know, how long do you think it's decent enough for you?
Decent?
Because remember, you're not...
No, decent is never.
Mbona hamsikizi lakini?
But if it's spite, within 2 weeks.
Sawa, you need to heal.
Okay.
Joyce, how long? Just remember, you've been telling...
Yeah, no.
Kerry.
Yeah.
Imagine you're imagining Mungai, surely. Mungai is everybody's guy. Just because you found me putting my legs on him doesn't mean... Come on. He was doing mouth to mouth like we're practicing.
Hey!
See, we're in St. John's. We used to be in St. John's. Right? So you're imagining, right? Now you and Kerry have broken. Let's imagine.
When do I launch
Last
the guy?
week.
He was Nini.
Last week, Monday, you broke up. When are you going to launch Mungai?
It will take maybe a month.
You guys are heartless, my God.
Or 2. I don't know because I'm trying to think because how do you launch a person?
You gotta break up with that person.
It starts with soft ones.
No, you gotta
how do you launch a person if your entire relationship is private? Because all of us here, we don't date those mahati publicly. Oh yeah, look at me with my bae. We keep.
I've not found my person yet. Just
but when I say launch, I'm not telling you to the public.
Yeah, to my friends,
to the people who know.
That's the people who know.
Yes.
No. That will take time. No, that will take time. I can't do it immediately.
What?
Take time.
Wacha niseme na kikisi,
Okay.
labda
3 months.
No.
There we go.
3 months.
Mine immediately.
3 months. And avoid group hangouts with me and this person for at least 3 months. We can still do our date nights and hang out together and whatever. But bringing this person to the same circle that I was with this other person with, I wouldn't do it immediately.
Why do you think? Why would you have reservations? What should your reservations be?
I mean, obviously, first of all, I'd feel bad.
It's not shame.
You know what I mean? It's shameful, guilt, Yeah, so just all under that blanket. So I'd avoid group hangouts for a minute.
I absolutely would not care. Ati, see, we've broken up. Your feelings. Believe that. So if it's not Ati to the public, it's just us hanging out. And I've been comfortable with this other person. We actually have got a stronger bond than what we had. That's why we broke up. I mean, if we're hanging out, I'll be like, yeah, do you want to come? She says, yes, we show up.
I mean, I'd feel guilty. I wouldn't.
Why are you feeling guilty over feelings for your ex?
Because first of all, they were right. I did cheat on them with the same person that they were worried about. That's shameful.
As in,
my guy.
You don't see anything wrong here.
That's so shameful.
You are in a relationship with someone. You lied to them.
We were not married.
You even gaslit them.
Yeah.
Right? Because have you ever been in a scenario where...
Because I've had someone launch on me immediately after we broke up about the same person that I was worried about.
Thank you. Me too.
Immediately. Facebook.
Online. Me, I'm saying
you're in spite.
Out.
You're in
but
spite
still,
stuff.
yeah,
like
he was
Burna
very
Boy
spiteful.
concert.
Yeah, he was very spiteful.
You won't tell your squeeze, let's go.
No. Have some shame.
No, but you see, I mean, you can do it however you like. But the thing is here, the fact that you've done this to this person, right? And over again, you've probably been fighting. Because, when you have somebody in your space like that, it's like... niliwacha e-cup hapa. And it was only the 3 of us in this room. Then you tell me, Ati, no, it wasn't there. Kwani I'm dreaming. I even have a photo of it there on the table. Right? And I say, one of you have to have taken. Then you're like, no, imagine the cup didn't exist. Right? Then finally, I put you there in the parking lot. Yeah. You've posted a video at you having breakfast in the house, and then it's the mug. I'm just like, what the
3D printer.
I know for me, the way he launched it, he tried to make it seem, it's not even like that. They're still together to date.
Shit.
And he tried to make it seem like, it's whatever, we can still be friends. But the minute I launched my person, he blocked me. So tell me he was not being spiteful.
When do look umeshikilia your relationship is happen? Like I'm telling
clearly.
you.
No, clearly.
Yeah.
Because even after it happened, he was like, nah, it's not like that, because she was also like a close friend of the family, and I was like, I mean, let's keep the family out of it. But I tried to make it seem, even after that whole like Facebook thing, oh, it's not like that, we had gone street, I was like, all right, cool, it's none of my business, we've broken up. A few months go by, he wishes me a happy birthday, I think when his birthday came around, I tried to wish him a happy birthday. I don't know, I can't remember if he replied, but the minute he found out I was dating someone else and that news came out, he blocked me.
But you know what?
So he was being spiteful, and I was right about that, babe.
At least it's Facebook. Like, we didn't see it.
Yeah.
You're fine.
People on Facebook don't.
Yeah.
You're fine.
They don't.
So
but it was back in the day when Facebook
don't
mattered.
date people on
Facebook's in a Kwanga family WhatsApp group.
Yeah, basically. But it was back then when, Facebook mattered.
Facebook.
Hey. Anyway.
All right, I think on that note, we have realized that, Kerry, you need therapy.
You have no shame.
You
am
need
doing therapy.
damn, like you need 2 doses of therapy.
Why would you care about feeling your ex's feelings?
That's why I'm telling you need therapy. You shit on someone, you gaslight
My
them,
guy.
you turn their mind around, you even
Make it seem as if they're the ones who are crazy.
Yeah, 'cause you know what?
When they bring up you and
tell
this
them,
other
yeah,
babe.
The same things are being done to you. Why be nice?
And you
But
see,
they are not, though. You are speaking from a place of trauma. We're talking about like normal human beings.
and not everybody is like, like if everybody moves around.
If you're good forever, people will just walk over.
Here's my
all over
question:
you.
if you move around,
experience.
if you move around, wanting to revenge people, the things you've experienced, do you think you've experienced the worst things in a relationship?
Personally, I think I have.
Has anybody ever tried to cut a body part off of your body?
Has anyone ever tried to stab you?
Has anybody tried to steal all the money in your account?
Trash your house?
Has anybody tried to lock you up in a mental institution?
You get me.
Right?
Some
Has
crazy
anybody
shit out
ever
here.
hired somebody to kill you?
My guy. Or stalk you. Make sure he knows everyone you're
Right?
seeing and when you're seeing
Has
them.
anybody ever slept with your sister? I mean, with your brother and your dad?
Sorry for laughing, but
What I'm trying to say is, if we all moved around with the heart that we
Of revenge,
experienced, and you think you've experienced the worst shit, then you should be walking around confident, knowing that
My
you've already
guy.
experienced the worst. So, yeah. But there are things people have experienced out here, and they still leave that behind, and they move into a new relationship, and they say, "I'm not going to carry my traumas for the past into this." Because, like, when I'm listening to you, I'm like,
okay, I take it back. I won't launch
Don't
it live.
take it
I
back.
will launch it on social
don't
media.
take it back. So
It's too late. We have seen your true
Soft.
colors. When people tell you who they are the first time, believe them.
I said, bet.